Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is Challenger Approaching, the show all about challenge runs and the runners who perform them. My name is Adef. As always, I am your host. Gamers, we're back at the 10 p.m. Eastern time slot for just 1 week. It's just like old times. The first billion episodes of this show were in this late night hour, and we're back, and I couldn't be more excited to be doing it than with my best friend, V-Swed. He just found out that he's my best friend. How exciting is that? Yeah.
Really?
Some announcements really quick. Games Done Quick will be at PAX East 2022, April 21st to April 24th. If you're interested in submitting a run, use !PAX in Twitch chat and fill out the form. If you're watching on YouTube, go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick. If you're interested in looking at our live content, starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. Your subs, gift subs, Prime Gaming subs, and bits help support weekly Hotfix content and shows like this. Please consider supporting our daily content if you enjoy these Hotfix shows. And gamers, with that, I'm going to throw it over to world-renowned Adef's new best friend, V-Swed, who's going to take us on a ride here. Swed, take it away.
All right. From 3 or 5?
Whatever number suits your fancy.
Okay, we're going to do 5. We're going to do 5.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Let's do it, guys. So this is Elden Ring. Game just came out in March from a company called FromSoft, one of the most anticipated games in a while, I would say. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this game coming out. I'm sure a lot of you guys in chat have been. I know I've been waiting for it for a long time. What about you, Adef?
This was the only, I was really looking forward to some new Pokemon stuff over the last year or so, but this is probably the most anticipated game for me since Breath of the Wild, which was 5 years ago.
Wow, yeah, no, it's definitely been one I've been waiting for quite a while since they've announced it.
It did not disappoint.
So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to jump off the ledge from the first boss once it jumps down and starts. And the reason we do this is because even if you manage to kill this boss fight, you do have to fall off a cliff regardless. So for Hitless rules, we just, for any percent, we just jump off here once the boss spawns in and we get the run going. So yeah, start off the run with a death. Look at that.
Oh my God, I can't believe you took a hit to Grafted Scion.
Oh my God, he's
the worst.
Anyway. So I'm going to be trying to get as few bonfires as possible, but for this run, I'm probably going to get a few more than I normally would just in case things go south, which in Elden Ring, oh boy, do they ever go south. I'm sure you guys all know that.
Ainrun absolutely popping off in his chair, screaming at the screen when you didn't fight Grafted Scion.
Oh, I could imagine.
Just actually shaking his monitor back and forth.
I want to actually go ahead and say GG again to Ainrun. He just got his hitless run on Elden Ring, I think 2 nights ago.
Congrats.
Now. That's a big GG. I think
the self-proclaimed voice of Elden Ring.
Is he self-proclaimed? I thought he was actually awarded a plaque.
Oh, really? Who gave it to him?
The official Team Hitless champion of the world, I think.
And who's that?
Oh, I can't tell you that. That's super classified.
That's insider info?
Yeah, you can't. No, you can't. I probably shouldn't even be bringing it up.
Okay, I'll stop asking.
Yeah, we shouldn't pry.
Okay. Hey, man, look, it's fine.
Okay. So the first thing we need...
Elden Ring.
Yeah, Elden Ring. We're just running through the forest right now. The first thing that we need to do is get our horse. The horse is simply used for, faster transportation, more or less. Horse doesn't really have many iframes. It does have a small dash, but like I said, it just kind of moves your character, kind of like a Bloodborne dash, except you're on a horse, so it's not ideal. We mostly use the horse just to get from point A to B. Another thing I want to bring up, because there is a lot of things I need to talk about at the start of this run. This is a brand new game. Well, kind of brand new at this point. So what I am doing and what I am showing you guys today is not by any means the most optimal way to go through Elden Ring. This is not the most optimal route for Hitless. There are, I think, just under 10 people who have now done a Hitless run on Elden Ring. And I think there have been 6 or 7 different routes and items and weapons that have been done across all those different people, which is amazing. There's not really been a meta established until just about a couple days ago. A meta was kind of found by community member Sublime, and that is using Rykard's boss weapon, which I will not be going for today. I'm going to stick to my route that I came up with when the game came out. Kind of stubborn in that aspect. I understand that I could switch my route for something better at this point, but I feel like I could get a little bit better at the bosses by just doing a less optimal setup and having to actually engage the bosses more. So that's what we're doing. That's kind of the reasoning why I do this route. Another thing that comes with doing this route is the very first thing that we have to do is a PvP battle. And you guys might be wondering, oh, okay, that doesn't sound very good for Hitless. You know, PvP? Like, why would you ever do that? And you guys are totally right. This is an awful, like, if this wasn't at the very beginning of the run, I would not do this on any run ever, would not recommend doing this. But since this is only 5 minutes in, the weapon that we're going to be getting from this PvP battle is called the Reduvia. And that is the weapon that I'm going to be planning on using for the rest of the run. However, this is not very consistent. There's definitely a chance that we can get hit. I'm not going to reset. We're just going to accept the loss if it happens. And if it doesn't happen, cool. But I just want to let you guys know that the very start of this run has a lot of questionable... Not a lot of questionable things, but some questionable things. And the only reason that I'm okay with doing these questionable things is simply because of how quickly into the run it starts. So I just want to get that out of the way. If you guys are wondering why I'm about to fight this NPC and why it looks so terrifying, because it is. So what I'm going to do here is shoot him preemptively with a bow when he's spawning in. What that does, either if he hits you or you hit him, it will automatically summon help for the fight. And we're going to use this help to 2v1 this guy, which is very interesting. So you'll see here, we got our help spawning in. This is also an NPC player. And what my plan is kind of just to run away and let this guy deal with him and fish backstabs. Not safe at all. Like I said, this is not ideal, but it's at the very beginning of the run. So when I do this run on my stream, I'm okay with resets. Again, this is a presentation for GDQ, so we're not going to be resetting if we do get hit. We're just going to go with it.
Yeah, so obviously, like, not a very safe fight to start the run with, but for Swed's particular route, this is just what it's got to be.
Right, exactly. And I'm very much aware that there are better routes available in the community. But I just want to do my route. Kind of stubborn.
I really respect that. Like, I don't know, my reputation in speedrunning also contains the fact that I like to do my own routes often.
Right.
There's something gratifying about like playing it the way you discovered you like.
Yep, for sure.
And you know, something Swed told me when I asked him if he wanted to be on the show and do this is, you know, I think a big part of this, like, first of all, we're not saying any routes are lesser, or like anybody who's done a hitless run with a different weapon is doing an easier thing, like, you know, whatever. The point is just that Swed really likes the idea of, you know, getting really good at the bosses, and this weapon requires him to be good at close quarters combat, which is just like, you know, it's just a different kind of run.
For sure, for sure. It's definitely not as easy as it could be. And that's the point, because I'm planning on making a lot of content out of this game in the future. It's definitely not going to be a one and done.
Follow VSweat on Twitch.
Wow, man. Look at this guy.
Any followers in chat?
Dude, this guy must have knew he was playing with GigaChad, because that guy just like destroyed.
Oh yeah, can we get a good look at the character?
Oh yeah, I'm trying. I'm up against this tree, but it's not working. Let's try. Try right here. A mosquito's probably going to come hit me though, or something. Look at that. Beautiful, dude. Look at that jawline.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
This is what you're gonna feel like when you get the
If you guys, run. Yeah, and if you guys follow twitch.tv/VSweat, you too could be GigaChad chat.
You know, every time I have people on, you know, I encourage them to plug themselves, you know, hype themselves up, and everybody's always too nervous, and I end up just doing it for them.
Right.
And this is not a slight against those people, but I'm pogged out of my gourd to know that I got somebody on the show tonight who is gonna just pop themselves. I love it.
Gourd? Did you say gourd?
Yeah, I'm pogged
like
out
Gordy
of my gourd.
Like Gordy Howe.
Gourd like head, like my brain, my gourd.
I think you're just making that word up.
It's the pumpkin that contains my brain. No, it's the pumpkin that contains my brain. What? I'm like,
there's like a
gourd is a real word.
I'm actually like, honestly, I'm gonna level with you, Adev. English is not my strong suit.
You have literally played Sekiro.
I have played Sekiro.
Yeah, the word gourd, isn't medicinal gourd the healing item in Sekiro?
There's healing items in Sekiro?
Oh my god. Healing gourd, yeah.
You can heal in that game? I thought it was just like one shot and you die. No?
I hate you.
Really? There's gourd in that game?
Oh my god. Anyway, Swed's got his weapon of choice.
I do.
Cue the Fatboy Slim fans. So Swed, you've got your, you know, Swed was talking to me about this run, you know, not even just this route or this run, but also this route in particular. There's just like a ton of setup at the beginning.
Oh yeah, it's a mess.
So can you explain sort of like what the setup process is, and like what you're sort of aiming to do?
100%. Speaking of setup, I've already went the wrong way. I need to go back and pick something up because it will progress a storyline and it will cause someone to move that I cannot have happen. That can't happen. So I'm actually going to get this bonfire, grace, sorry. I'm going to get this grace and we're going to go back and grab that. However, the whole idea of the route, chat, is to get +9 on our weapon before we do any boss fights. To do that, we're going to be traveling to the lake and the volcano manor to get upgrade materials for the Reduvia, which upgrades with Somber Stone. So yeah, we're going to head back to this bonfire right here real quick and got one more thing to do here.
Also, it's probably worth describing, and I can do this while you think about things.
Yes.
This is our, so far we've had Dark Souls 1, 2, or no, we had Dark Souls 2, 3, and Bloodborne on for Hitless. So this is our 4th Hitless, like FromSoft game on Challenger Approaching. And so, you know, we've had Hitless on a few times, but it's worth restating every time the definition of Hitless.
Correct, for sure.
As well as the rule set. So, Swed, I don't know if you want me to take this or if you want to go ahead and
you can off here. You can kind of go on if you want, and I'll step in if you hear anything. Because it is a new game, and the rules are still being... Well, they just got finished being established in our Discord, actually. Because the way... Since it's a new game, we had to have a community vote on quite a few very interesting, I guess, predicaments that can happen within the game. And it's like, is this a hit or is this not a hit? So the way we normally do votes in the community is anyone that has done a hitless on a said game that has a vote happening for it and vote. Since this is a new game and no one has hitless runs yet, we let anyone that has ever done a hitless run on any game vote. So it's been very democratic in the, or it's like a democracy, sorry. In what is this mosquito doing?
He's just buzzing around.
I can't hit him. I need him to stop. Is he bugged? He might be bugged.
That's very funny.
He might be bugged. Oh wait, he stopped. I do need to get rid of this guy. The mosquitoes in this game are very scary. All right, so now we have Mr. Al. I'm sorry, I trailed off on you there, Adef, but
no, you're good. We
do need to save our friend here, Mr. Alexander, who's stuck in a hole. Very unlikely, unfortunate situation for him. We're going to exhaust his dialogue. He's going to give us Exalted Flesh, which we're going to save for the giant fight. And now we have to do something that you may think is a little out of character. You know, maybe like, he's such a nice guy, why would you ever do this? But you actually need to kill this guy in this run because he will invade you in the final fight, Lord of Cinder. So like, Lord of Cinder is a pretty tough fight as it is.
Lord of Cinder is this wrong game.
No, the Lord of Cinder is the final fight in this game, Ada.
What? I can never tell when you're memeing with me.
You said you played this game, right?
I did, yeah. I finished it a fair bit faster than you, I will say.
Literally triple the time. But yeah, like, I mean, it's a tough fight, Cinder. So, I mean, like, we don't want this giant pot guy, like, running.
Stop with this misinformation.
Okay. So the real reason is we need the Warrior Jar Shard, which gives us, I think, a 12% boost on our weapon art attack with the L2. So it's just making our L2 more powerful. So we're gonna grab that real quick.
Oh my god! All right, so Hitless. Here's how it works.
Right. Sorry, that's
here's
what I was
the ins and outs on Hitless.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, you know, you may see that Swed might take environmental. You know, some might have. Oh my god, Swed's getting poisoned. That's a hit.
True.
Okay, so here's how Hitless works.
Okay.
If you ever take a hit from an enemy like any hit, you could be blocking, doesn't matter. Like, you have been hit.
Any contact from any hostile trap or AI enemy with AI or hostile trap.
Right, if you stagger or like, that's a hit.
Yes.
You don't even have to stagger as long as there's contact, and like it would do damage.
Any contact, anything that knocks you down doesn't need to be damaged.
Yeah.
If it controls your, if it takes control of your character and forces you into falling down or something like that, or staggering, it's a hit as well.
And so, additionally, so like fall damage does not count as a hit
Unless it results in death.
Unless you die.
Correct.
If you die from fall damage or environmental damage, then it is a proper hit because you died.
Yes.
But if you're just taking like environmental, you know, some kind of AoE damage or like whatever from the environment, like it's totally kosher.
And each of the Souls games have their own unique circumstances within them, just like any game would, because not every single Hitless game is the exact same one.
I believe you can parry.
Yes, you can parry. We will not be parrying anything in this run, however.
And also glitches are banned.
Correct.
No glitches allowed.
And I guess that really depends on, and that's where I'm going to come up with I'm going to leave it up to you guys in chat and ADEF to determine what is, like, what ADEF? There's a great question. Here's a great provocative question for chat.
Yeah.
Really get chat. What's a glitch?
We should not let chat answer this question.
No, you don't think? You don't think?
I would say.
Okay.
I would say.
Okay.
That glitch is a very difficult thing to hammer down because, you know, in and of itself, you might say, well, a glitch is an unintended thing in the game. The developers didn't intend it. Well, okay, but what about things that are all within the bounds of the game's mechanics and don't cause the game to like freak out or anything, but just aren't intended, like a sequence break.
Exactly.
Like doing a clever jump to get to an area in Super Metroid early. Is that a glitch? The Super Metroid community would argue, no, it's not. And I would agree, because it's just like clever use of game mechanics in a way that does not go against the boundaries of the game's mechanics. I would say a glitch is an example of something happening in the game caused by a player or not. It could be unintentional or intentional. Now, granted, if you have an unintentional glitch happen in Elden Ring, like, it's fine.
That would never happen, though, right, guys?
You're right. An unintended or intended outcome in the game that not only is not developer intended, but additionally causes the game to act in a way in which it has no design for it. So like a rock starts to float, or a player teleports, or you fly on a horse. Like, these are things that are obviously not intended. I don't know. It's an impossible question. I'm going to use the Supreme Court's definition of pornography here, which is you can't explain it, but you know it when you see it.
That's an interesting take. Okay.
You can't explain it. It's impossible to describe, but you know it when you see it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, and that brings my point up here to what I was going to ask you, Adolf, is one of the things that the community has voted on right now, that it was the tightest vote out of all the things, was I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, ADEF, or anyone in chat. There is
the Radagon AI loop.
The Radagon AI loop. And that was almost a 50-50 straight down the middle of voting. It was really close. And I would have to double check, but I'm pretty sure that it is considered a glitch. Even though myself, I voted no glitch. However, democracy is a thing in Hitless, so it is considered to be a glitch.
V-Squid's not salty at all?
I'm not salty? About what? Oh, no, I'm not. It's fine. It really is. It's totally fine. If that's what the community feels, then what the community feels. But also like to point out to chat that on my run, I run through here with armor on. The reason I'm wearing armor is because it raises our poison defense. However, there is always a chance that I can get poisoned by this bat. If we get hit by the bat, I'm obviously not resetting. We're just going to accept it and keep moving. Just want to let you guys know that that can happen. But it looks like I'm good.
You're coming up here for the one half of the medallion, correct, for Dectus, right?
Dectus, yes. And we're going to actually teleport away from here and go grab the other half. And the Dectus is going to allow us to get to Lindo. I think that's the name. I promise I play this game sometimes. I think it's called
V-Sweat told me...
oh, God, don't tell them.
I'm not gonna tell them the. I'm not gonna tell them the one that boggled my mind. No, God, no.
Okay.
We can't even get into that. We'll spend the next 3 hours arguing about it.
Yes, we can't. We really can't.
But VSwed told me, I was like, oh, VSwed, there will be no shortage of questions to ask. Like, I'll have lots of questions about the game. Yes. He goes, just don't ask me anything about the lore.
Don't ask me anything about the lore of these games, dude.
Which is funny because one of VSwed's all-time favorite games is Dark Souls 2.
Yes,
and
Dark Souls
he actually played Dark Souls 2 on this show a couple months ago, back in December.
Yeah.
I think it was New Year's Eve. I think
it was New Year's Eve.
That was New Year's
fun,
Eve.
Actually.
That was a good time. So yeah, VSwed played that, and I bet even though that's like VSwed's favorite game, I described an area in Dark Souls 2 an hour ago, and he had no idea what I was talking about.
But I did once you like explained it a bit more. He just hit me with the name, and I was confused.
I said Drang Lake. It's like the place people talk about Drang Lake in the game nonstop. Every single NPC.
Whoa. Okay, chat, back me up on this one. Drang Lake is the name of the whole area of DS2.
Forgive me.
Not just the castle.
Lake Castle.
All right, whatever. But you said Drang Lake, and I was like, that's DS2, right?
It seems torrent.
I'm so confused.
I can
Anyway, I'm sitting here. Normally, I don't get this grace, but, you know, I could die grabbing this other medallion. So it's, you know, marathon. I'll get the grace. Also, this is a strat that I came up with. I always like to say that as a joke because it's not that great or it doesn't mean anything, but I came up with this. So, you know.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. I'm glad. This is where we die immediately because that's how that works, right? Nah, we'll be good, chap. We'll be fine.
Yeah, it is the name of the whole kingdom, but like I was clearly talking about the whatever.
Clearly talking about the castle.
Einrun says GeoGuessr not looking good for you right now.
I can't wait for that to actually take place, dude.
We should do it on Challenger Approaching.
Oh my gosh, Einrun versus Adef on Challenger Approaching GeoGuessr 1v1. That could be actually so cool.
It's the match of the century. Everyone's talking about it.
So what I'm looking for here, chat, there's a reason I'm on this ledge. Sometimes a rat can chase us all the way up here. And if a rat chases us, then he will fall off, even if he jumps at you here. So that's why I'm here, making sure there is no rat. There isn't a rat, so we're fine to move to the next spot. Gonna pull out a bow. The bow is something that we start with the bandit class. And all I'm going to do is take out one enemy right here. And the reason I'm taking out this guy is because normally when runners run through here, from what I've seen, they just YOLO this ladder. However, if you crouch around this corner, said enemy that can kill you while YOLOing does not see you, allowing you to get a lot closer to the ladder. Pull out my bow here. Oh no, he sees us. He's just taking his sweet old time. But yeah, I like this strat a lot more consistent.
You said Hitless and you killed someone.
Wait, what? Sorry?
Epic chat.
Wait, what?
Somebody in the chat room says, this is Hitless, but you killed someone.
Oh, so they might be thinking pacifist. That's a common misconception.
They just keep saying Hitless question mark.
So, Hitless, chat, is not getting hit by enemies as opposed to us not hitting it. But we will be hitting quite a few enemies, that's for sure. Now that we got the Dectus medallion, that lets us go to back to the gate front. We're going to head up towards the lake and into the next area. And this is all just for setup. Setup for +9 on our weapon.
Okay, so this is probably a good time. A lot of people are popping in. I'm just going to restate. Hitless, the goal here is for VSwed not to get hit ever in the game. So far, VSwed is hitless. I will direct your eyes now to the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Okay, imagine I'm a meteorologist and I'm pointing at the bottom left. All right, and there's a cold front coming in, but forget about that. Look at the splits. So So if you're familiar with a speedrunning stream, you might be like, hang on, that looks kind of like Live Split. It does, right? What
it does look like Live Split.
What a coincidence. Okay, but it's different.
It is.
So this is a hit tracker. So VSWED basically just has a split, because time doesn't matter, right? This is not like a speed run technically. Though VSWED will be attempting to go quickly.
We are moving at a considerable pace, but we can go a lot faster if we were speedrunning.
A brisk pace.
A brisk pace.
And if you want to see Elden Ring speedrunning, tune into PB Precipice in a week.
There you go.
Regardless, it's Elden Ring month for 8F's GDQ shows. So the splits are set up so like individual benchmark moments where VSWED could take a hit, right? So like this first huge setup cycle before VSWED fights any of the bosses has a segment. And so if VSWED takes a hit on this segment, he'll put 1 in and then press enter or whatever, and it'll be tracked as a hit. And then it accumulates at the bottom in that thing that says total. So VSWED's PB in Elden Ring Hitless is 7 hits. That's the least amount of hits he's ever taken.
Ever.
And so currently he's on pace to get 0. But, you know, that may change as time goes on.
That might not happen.
You'll also be able to see on which segments VSWED got hit in the past. So looking down, it's like 0, 0, 0. Fire Giant, he took 5 hits in his PB and then 2 on Radigan. So, you know, ultimately, Fire Giant's going to be a huge point to be looking for.
Yeah, I've made it to Fire Giant 3 times hitless, and I have died 3 times hitless. We're definitely not Fire Giant enjoyers here.
No. Worth mentioning that, again, just like with, you know, VSWED's kind of assured tenacity to want to, you know, play the game with like a slightly more difficult weapon that necessitates getting in close. VSWED does not use any summons besides that one NPC fight at the beginning. My man is just going all in. So you're going to be seeing just high-level Souls content for the rest of the night. Don't go anywhere.
Right. We're going to be actually showcasing some bosses as opposed to one-shotting bosses, which is entirely possible with right setups.
Yeah, the death after Grafted Scion doesn't count. Because whether you kill Grafted Scion or not, there's a forced death.
Right.
And so that just doesn't count because it's guaranteed. So even if you were doing hitless, you'd always take 1. And everybody would be like, oh, world's first 1 hit.
World's first.
World's first.
Oh, like I said, we're getting there. We're on good pace here to start the run, I would say. No hits either. We're past all the quote-unquote RNG parts of the run because I stick all the sketchy parts right at the beginning, and then from here on in, it's pretty. Sit back and relax and enjoy the horse butt slapping, because there is going to be some definite horse butt slapping in this run.
It's a pretty game, man.
It is. It's quite breathtaking, actually.
Easily the best game I've played in a long time.
Oh, for sure.
Like, best new game I've played.
Yeah, no. What was, and you said the last one for you was Breath of the Wild.
Well, I think, like, Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey were 2, like, big releases of the last 5 years that I was super pumped for and just blew me out of the water. This is another one. I don't know. I don't play that many new games these days, to be honest.
Same.
I mostly just go back to the classics or work through a backlog of other stuff. Like, I've played plenty of games in the last couple of years that have blown me away, but they're not new.
I can't think of the last new one I've played other than Elden Ring.
Yeah. I mean, I played Legends Arceus and Brilliant Diamond, which I liked both of them, but they didn't... I wasn't, like, non-stop, couldn't do anything else. Like, that was Elden Ring for me.
Yeah. I love this lake area too. Everyone always asks me what my favorite area in Elden Ring is. It's either probably for me, it's probably Limgrave actually, or this lake. Something about it. I don't know.
The underground is my favorite.
Yeah, I didn't like the underground.
Oh, I thought it was so cool.
Like, I felt like I was lost all the time under there.
I did really like this area though, and Raya Lucaria, the castle was so cool.
Tough area.
Oh no, my favorite area is the capital city for sure. Landel's my favorite.
The capital.
Area. I take everything back.
The capital reminded me a lot of an Assassin's Creed type game. I don't know if you ever got that vibe or anyone else, but I felt
it was
Assassin's
a very,
Creed.
a lot of tight corners, very Italian looking.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, who's this NPC? I drive by this NPC every day, and I have no idea who they are. Who is this?
Drive by.
Yeah, and he just says Lania. I don't know. Who's Lania? How many questions, Adolf? No answers.
I mean, you could just look it up on the Elden Ring wiki and find out pretty fast.
I mean, I could, but I'd like, just questioning it every time,
What does the runner think of Dranglake Castle?
Dude, I love DS2 is the best. There's nothing wrong with DS2. Mark my words on that. DS2 has no flaws.
Yeah, a couple games in the last 5 years that have blown me away that I just like, I didn't play right when they came out though, is what I was sort of saying. Like, Return of the Obra Dinn absolutely blew my socks off.
What was it?
Return of the Obra Dinn.
Never heard of it. What is that?
That game is unlike anything else I've ever played. It's incredible, and you could beat it 100% in like 5 hours.
Okay, interesting.
It is incredible.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
That game, Outer Wilds, is great. I don't know, let's take a peeky poo at my Steam library.
So what I did right there, Chad, is I'm just getting a grace to come back to later in the game, and we're just going to keep on moving for now.
Oh, It Takes Two slaps.
I just played through It Takes Two with Aura, my wife.
I'm halfway through right now, I think, with a friend of mine.
It's fun. It's good old-fashioned fun.
It's a tremendously well-made co-op experience.
Something I missed casually while playing. 130 hours my first play. I didn't know these were balloons with runes in them. I thought these were like enemy spawns. So I just ignored them.
They deploy skeletons.
Yeah, I didn't know they gave you a rune, like a good rune at the start of the game, because I actually needed some cash at the start of this game.
Oh, yeah, I just avoided these guys, like...
Yeah, it gives you a decently sized amount of souls here, sorry, runes. I'm very, very, very bad with calling everything its proper name and just reverting back to Dark Souls language, so you'll have to forgive me if I call stuff the incorrect name.
Oh, I forgot about a AAA title that I was super excited about.
What's that?
All right, add Persona 5 to the list of Breath of the Wild, Odyssey, and Elden Ring. I was so excited for Persona 5, and it was amazing.
I never played it. Don't even know what kind of game it is. I heard about it. I've heard the name a lot.
It's a JRPG.
Yeah. What's that? Is that just like text or something?
It's like a turn-based RPG that's very character-driven and story-driven. So, like, think Final Fantasy.
Okay. Also, what we're doing right now, Chad, is we're going to go grab the Academy key. We're not actually going to be exploring the Academy. We're just going to get the key so that we can open it up and purchase some arrows from a merchant on the inside of the gate. Easy way to get the key is to come up behind the dragon, and he will never see you. You just got to hop on this rock and hop over. Easy as pie. Grab the key, and then we're just going to teleport back to the bonfire, the grace that we just received, and continue forward.
Gamers, I mean, okay, there's a lot of people here right now, which is fantastic. First of all, thank you so much for choosing to spend your Friday evening with us here at
thanks,
GDQ,
everyone.
and choosing to spend your Friday evening with V-Sweat and I. We're very happy to have you. But I have to say, and this will probably come up a few times, and I know I do a lot of bits on these shows that I host, but like I truly mean this. My man V-Sweat is a criminally under-repped creator.
What?
This dude is such a baller. I mean, this man is like, he's nutty with it. So this guy has done Hitless in, what, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, right?
1, 2, and 3. But
and he's done tons of miscellaneous stuff in Dark Souls 2 and 3 especially. Really cool runs in Dark Souls 3, and has just been absolutely tearing it up in Elden Ring recently. So if you like FromSoft games, and also if you like heavy rock and metal, V-Sweat is your dude. So please follow V-Sweat. Just don't even think about it. Just pop a follow and you won't regret it. And I'll be mad if you don't follow him, and that's it.
Hey, Def, you're really nice, dude. I appreciate the nice words.
Yeah, no problem, man. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it.
Thank you. I don't know if I'm that cool.
He's got neat hair, and he likes Bomberman Hero.
I do like Bomberman. Which I didn't also know is that you could actually walk through these gates, chat. For the longest time, until I started routing Hitless, I didn't know that there was an actual thing down here. I actually wasn't aware for the longest time.
I just thought that was another loading zone.
Me too. I actually had no idea. But if you go all the way down here, there is actually a merchant, and it sells sleep arrows. I don't know if you guys have ever used sleep casually in your playthrough, but sleep is very cool. And you guys will see just how cool it is later. So we're gonna buy all 20, and that's all. And we're gonna go back to the start of the gate and continue forward.
Chad's journey continues.
We're getting there though, ADF dude. How far into this are we? 32 minutes.
Yeah,
wow.
about 30 minutes.
Okay. We're doing there. We're getting there.
What'd you have for dinner tonight, B-Spud?
Did I eat today?
Today? You don't even know if you ate today?
Yeah, I kind of just live off like coffee and tea. So.
Okay, everything that I have found out about you in the last hour is blowing my mind.
Can we still be friends?
Yes, well, we're best friends canonically.
Right, true.
But I have so many questions about basically everything about your life now
me is very questionable.
Makes no sense to me. I have a lot of questions specifically for your wife. I want to talk to her about it.
Why are you with this guy?
No, not that. I just want to get her side of the story because the things you say it so point of fact. Like these, like, oh, I don't eat. And I'm like,
it's fine.
Oh yeah,
food's overrated.
As if it's normal. You say these things like it's super normal.
You're making me laugh, man. This is fun. I'm happy that this is actually entertaining because, like I said, there's a lot of this run, dude, is just slapping the horse butt and just going. A lot of the time, there's not much to say about the gameplay. It is just.
I told you it was gonna be fine.
It's fine. It's fine, dude. We're having a blast, actually. So this is the Dectus lift. We're gonna come back here, so we're gonna actually get this grace so that we can come back here. For now, we're just going to continue forward and go to the furthest point possible before the game tells us, no, go back and do stuff. Oh, we're just going to do that for now.
Well, I had white rice for dinner.
That sounds so good.
But it's not really a dinner. I don't know. I've been eating really poorly over the last, like, 6 days, and I did not have the strength to go to the grocery store today. Hashtag relatable. But I just had too much to do. So when I got time to make dinner, I was like, well, I don't want to spend money because I went out last night, so I just made rice.
I had
rice for dinner.
We had last night. We had this place. I forget the name of it, but we got.
Well, don't dox yourself.
True. It's some place. We had some place, but it was
a food place,
a food joint. Of
what kind of food?
See, if I knew the correct name, I would tell you it.
What kind of food? Like, what was it like?
It was a stir fry, but
okay.
Like I don't know, like it was good.
Like what country it hailed from?
Like Europe or something.
Europe.
I know that's not a country. Don't roast me.
A stir fry from Europe. I can't wait to go to that European restaurant this weekend.
Oh my god.
Hey, honey, why don't we get some European food tonight? I'm feeling wacky.
Listen, I'm doing a Hitless run. I'm preoccupied, okay?
European food.
It's just European, okay?
You are
a beef stir fry.
You are on another level of humanity. I cannot even fathom being as wonderful as you.
It's tough, dude. Trust me.
Oh my god.
It's tough. So there's a tree sentinel chasing me, but he has very underpaid wages, so he doesn't really try that hard. It's pretty fine. You know, it's the economy in the lands between is in shambles. Since the economy has never been in a worse spot. Lendell has some issues they need to deal with for sure. That's a gargoyle. We're just gonna keep on going, pretend he doesn't exist.
So I would like to ask, because, you know, obviously, you know, we're 30 minutes in, and even though this is glitchless and you're kind of avoiding everything, you've already made it to Lendell.
I'm in Lendell, apparently.
My question is, you know, what are the actual, for those of us that, you know, played a ton of the game and figured you had to do everything, you know, what are the clear requirements if you're playing glitchless?
For me, I want to get a lot of flasks, and you might be wondering, why does he need flasks if he's not getting hit? And it's because we use the weapon art a lot of the Reduvia, and the weapon art actually takes mana. On top of that, at the end of the game, we're going to be completely switching our build, but that'll come later. So yeah, we need a lot of Estus, a lot of souls, or sorry, runes, and we need a lot of weapon levels. And that is literally what I'm doing right now, running around the world and getting all that.
But like, what's the requirement to get to the end game? Like, you know, what bosses do you actually have to?
It's actually really cool how the game works. Hold on, let me just do these menus real quick. I struggle doing menus and talking.
You're good. So yeah, worth mentioning, like Swed just said, you might be like, why is he getting Sacred Tears and Golden Seeds? But as you can see, he's allocating flasks so that he can mostly just do FP flasks, because he's going to be using so much weapon art.
Right.
But, you know, the occasional, whatever, Estus or whatever it's actually called, is pretty important.
Sorry,
like,
what was your question
damage.
right before?
What are the hard requirements as far as like bosses?
So there's 4, well, technically 5 rune bears. You need to kill 2 of them. I'm choosing to kill Godric. Or is Godric the one after Margit? I get them all confused. Godric, yes, Godric's after Margit. Yes, so we kill Godric as well as Radon. In other people's runs, a lot of people tend to do Rykard instead. Like I said, I am more aware that there's a lot better routes than I'm doing. I'm simply doing this route because it's the one I came up with, and I think it offers a fair bit of challenge. So that's the reason I'm doing the optimal route, I guess. More challenging. So we got our weapon, our Ash of War on our weapon, and that was Bloody Slash. We're not actually going to be using Bloody Slash to deal damage. We're going to be using Bloody Slash to set up Red Tearstone Ring. So yeah, that's the only reason we come back to the table, and now we are off to the volcano.
Sweat has no idea where he's going, confirmed.
True. It takes a minute sometimes. There's a lot of things to remember, especially directions I need to go. So it's this way first. I'm getting better at not looking at the map and just kind of knowing which direction to go, but it's still tough. And then after you, and also we need to get, you don't need to get the Dectus medallions. There is another way to get to the capital through a cave. That cave is miserable, so yeah, we're not doing that. All right, gonna get this. And I saw someone in chat mention what patch this is on. And it's a great question. This is the first Souls game in a long time that the patches actually change quite a bit about the game. If you're playing on original patch for Hitless, there's a lot of things that got incredibly nerfed to the ground in current patch that back on the older patch is extremely strong. So it all depends. Like, you're completely allowed to play on whatever patch you want as well. You're allowed to down patch. However, this is current patch. And I will always play on current patch, no matter what. Personally.
Oh, to bless a thug, please.
And we go right back to the shack here. What I'm doing right now is a quest to gain early access to the volcano. The only reason I'm going to the volcano is for upgrades. So we're gonna purchase the stolen medallion or whatever it is from this guy for 1,000 souls. And then we're gonna hop back on our horse and go deliver it.
Yeah, best not to ask V-Squid why he does anything the way he does it. Just like accept that this is the reality.
This is the process.
This is V-Squid's world, and we're just living in it.
I also always, on my own stream, I always run backseating welcomed. I think there's a tag for backseating because I'm always open to hearing people's suggestions, because I couldn't even begin to tell you how many times someone in chat came in and said something, and I'm like, that's so smart. I feel like it's really not a smart idea to ever think that something is optimal or like obvious, because like it's such a new game, right?
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Anyone can come up with something, which is so cool, right? Like you guys were, I don't know if you guys were paying attention to the start of the run, but I was saying there's a couple areas that we don't have like the greatest kind of strats to go through them yet. You know, maybe someone in chat likes the idea of coming up with consistent strategies, and like, you know, there's always people that were always known for coming up with strategies that actually don't do runs themselves. You know, it's pretty interesting. Anyone can be part of the community, even if you're not doing runs.
Yeah, you and I have very different opinions on backseating.
I love it. You know, I'm there for it.
I'll ban somebody without even thinking about it if they
no
backseat
thinking,
my
dude.
chat. I'll see somebody say like, do this, and I'm like, yep, see it.
Yeah, when I was routing this out, Scratoon in the chat there, he was one of the driving forces behind a lot of my strategies. And a lot of these strats you'll only see in this run. I don't think anyone else is using them.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem like backseating. Like, I feel like what you're talking about is like somebody that has helpful suggestions. That's very different than what I'm talking about. No, backseating is when someone comes in. Backseating, it comes from backseat driving.
Oh, so you just mean like, oh, go do this instead?
Get in the left lane. Go right. Turn on your blinker.
Well, at that point, it's like, I mean, I guess that could happen in games like that, but with Hitless, it's such like a scripted event already. It's like, it's hard to backseat something that's already happened. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like where you're doing maybe like a first playthrough, it's different. But if you're doing something like that's already scripted, then it's harder to backseat, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. We talk to this lady. We get the drawing room key. All that does is opens this door for us right here. I've also recently taken a hit. It was the first time I've ran through this door over 100 times. This snail hit me the other day, and he just did the attack again that almost got us. So I got to be. I'm happy that I got hit by that the other day, because it was the first time he did that spit attack, and he just did it again there, but I jumped over it. You're always learning with these runs, you know. You're always learning.
Right, but a first playthrough is, somebody in chat says backseating is more common in first playthroughs. That's the absolute last time I want backseating. Like, maybe it's fine if, I don't know, if I'm doing like a 10th playthrough or something, I'm still going to be mad about it, because like, especially if I'm speedrunning, like I guarantee I know the game better than the person that's telling me what to do.
Right, yeah, for sure.
But if it's my first playthrough, like, bro, I want to enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Like, in what game do you have text boxes popping up every 30 seconds that are like, jump. Don't go here.
Well,
like,
technically this game, if you play online and read everyone's messages.
Okay, but those are hilarious. I adore the messaging system.
I think it's a really cute system too. You might be wondering why I'm backstepping through lava. It's totally fine. Don't worry, guys, about a thing. Totally fine. Nothing to see here. Just a man backstepping through lava. It's totally fine. Totally fine.
Again, environmental damage is not counted as a hit unless it kills you.
So anything like idle lava, you know, bonfires that have collision that you can walk into, anything like that. I don't know if those bonfires exist in this game. I know they were in DS3, but I don't know if there's actually bonfires that exist that you can walk into in this game. I'm not sure.
The big difference, though, with messages is that I can choose to read those.
True.
If I'm streaming my Twitch chat, like, I have to interact or else I'll lose my job.
Yes.
But the messages, like, you know, I can choose to read those. And a lot of times they've saved me. Like, a message would be like, hidden path ahead. And I'm like, no, there's not. And then there is.
I found DS3 had so many good hidden paths. DS1 has still the best one, in my opinion, where they hit you with the double down in Blighttown for the first time that leads to the Hollow Tree. That one I never knew existed as a kid, like playing Dark Souls 1 casually for the first time. I always thought it was a DLC area. Never knew it was a part of the main game. That one, and there's one in DLC 2 of Dark Souls 3 that's like back to back to back. I don't know if you remember that one, but there's like 3 hidden walls in a row. like all back to back to back to back. It's kind of like
No,
funny.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's
I
in the
remember.
second DLC. It's kind of hilarious, and they're all like
The
really
hidden-
small rooms. So it's just like
The
one
hidden
after another.
paths in this game were so weird. Like for the
only found a
first
couple.
15 hours, I assumed there were none because I just figured it was
Yeah, me
still
too.
like a bit. Everyone was just doing it as a bit, still saying like liar ahead, whatever. Like it was just for fun.
Same with the.
And then I found one, and I was like, oh my god, they are actually hidden paths.
Same with the mimics. I didn't find any mimics other than like the teleporter dudes. Like that
Wait,
was like
there
the
are
only-
mimics in this game?
I didn't find any when I played. I only found the teleporters.
I mean, I didn't find any mimics in this game. There's none in Bloodborne either. I guess there's the trap chests in this game. That's kind of
That's
like
what
a
I'm
mimic.
trying to. That's what I'm like talking about.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Also, I'm kind of doing some like weird janky movements right here. That was just to skip an entire area to grab that smithing stone. What I just did there. Just a little bit of parkour, nothing too crazy. And with that, we are going to go and get the pickle, the coveted pickle, chat. Very important item. An item I didn't use in my first playthrough at all. Did you use any pickles at all, Adef?
No.
No, they're very good. It's like the, I think it's 25% soul bonus for like 30 seconds.
I beg your pardon? That's
Excuse me.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's exceptional. It's really, really good. So we're gonna grab the only one that spawns in Limgrave. There's another one that spawns late. There's like 3 that spawn somewhere else, kind of easy to get, but they're kind of out of the way, so I don't get them. We don't really need that many souls, honestly. We just like to get souls at the setup, the start of the run. Souls are
Kinda
not a problem.
What's that
Runes.
armor set that you get in Majula like right away in Dark Souls 2?
Sladora, or I always say it wrong. I used to say Tesladora, and then my community would meme me. So I think it's Sladora. Sladora. Right? Sladora?
You kill the merchant, right?
Yeah, he's from Sladora. I think. I think that's how you say it.
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I think it's Sladora. It is Sladora set. I just can't pronounce anything. Anyway, we got the pickle. We're going to take the pickle and go to Fort Faroth. At Fort Faroth, there is a dragon that is idle. We're going to use a bleed weapon and kill the dragon. He's going to give us a decent chunk of souls. So if you guys have anything you need to do for the next 1 minute and 1 to 2 minutes, now would be the perfect time, honestly, because I just got to hit this dude a few times. Now you're noticing I'm doing very low damage, but we're going to get huge bleed procs. So this will take a moment, but not too long.
Bro, is it just me, but the way Adef moves his head reminds me of Jerma? Well, that's not Adef you're seeing on screen. I'm Adef, the disembodied voice that's hosting the show. You're looking at V-Sweat. You're looking... No. You're looking at V-Sweat. Adef, I could see how it would be confusing because my name is above V-Sweat, but V-Sweat is the guy with the name over the timer.
Okay. I don't have the main page set up.
And the red hair.
Right now. I do have red hair, which I am dyeing soon. Probably tonight, actually. Maybe tomorrow.
What color?
I don't know. I got a lot. What color do you think I should do, chat? Or Adef, even? Both of you, like everyone, I suppose.
White.
What color? Which one?
White.
White. Oh. So like bleach or like actually white?
Like a Snow White.
Snow White. Okay. Like an anime character.
Yeah. Or like Daenerys.
Pegasus. Like Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Like Maximilian Pegasus.
I could be Maximilian, dude.
A lot of people saying purple, green. I mean,
No,
my favorite color is orange, but you've kind of already got that.
Yeah, I was thinking personally, I was thinking teal or turquoise myself.
Oh, that would look good. That would look good on you.
We do have purple, but purple was before red, so it's like I just did purple. You know? Wait, did I just do? I can't remember. I'm talking.
I think
like
you
I
had
remember.
purple. I think you had purple just before this.
Red was the last color I haven't done. So technically, pink would be the next color I haven't done in a long time, because the first time I ever dyed my hair was pink, and then I've done every color since. Fun facts about Elden Ring that you didn't know about your first playthrough. Did you guys know that every enemy that you cause auxiliary damage to gains a resistance to that auxiliary damage?
Like when you come back?
No, like notice how this dragon, for example, is getting bled every once in a while. This dragon, every time it's afflicted with bleed, will gain more bleed resistance. Same with every boss. Everything in the game works this way. Same with bleed, sleep, frost, poison, toxic, and I don't think any enemies can be frenzied. Don't quote me on that, though.
Wow.
8F's learning, dude. So I'm going to go ahead and use the gold pickled foot. It's going to give us that soul boost so that when we finish this dragon off with the next proc, we're going to get a lot of souls. Or sorry, runes. Also, something fun that you guys can do. If this dragon, once we deal the final amount of damage, and this is really easy for you guys to do. If this dragon is alive and you, in your save file, if this dragon is still alive and you kill him like we are here, I'm not going to do this, but I'll explain it. Once you deal the killing blow to the dragon, once we're about to, there we go, you want to quickly hop on your horse as fast as you can. Spam over to this grace and sit down as quickly as possible. Doing this will keep the dragon alive, but you'll get the souls, and you can do this as many times as you want. Very, very dishonest, but it is a thing you can do. Now that we have a lot of souls, we're going to go upgrade our weapon, and we're going to actually go tackle the first boss of the whole game, ADEF. Finally. Finally, dude. Oh, wait. I'm fibbing. I'm a fibber. We need to go capture a seal so that we can upgrade it and so that it'll level up into Dugon and learn Sleep Talk.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Didn't you know there was a seal in this game?
I mean, I'm looking for Pokemon everywhere.
Right, right. You never came across seal?
I have no idea what you're talking about, so...
The Pokemon seal.
I'm aware of the Pokemon.
Yeah, like you don't know seal? You never came across one in this game?
In this game, no, Swed.
Really?
Because I think a bit is forthcoming, and I think all the classes I took told me that I should be yes-anding. So I'm gonna yes-and by. I took classes at UCB, which is a renowned improv theater in New York.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, don't mess with me, V-Sweat, okay?
Oh,
I'm a funny
I'm
guy.
chilling. I'm chilling. Okay, wow.
I spent
all right.
way too much money to try to be funny. But yeah, my yes and is gonna be, it's gonna sound like a no, but it's actually a yes, which is me going, what are you talking about?
Not enough stone sword keys. Well, that's interesting. I don't need this yet, but I'll have to figure out where to get another one of those. Unless I didn't grab the one there, but I don't need this right yet. I'll come back to this. Right now, I'm going to go get Red Tier Stone Ring. Where can we find a stone sword key? I'm trying to think of where there is a second one. Because I know that I used to... This is a new thing I've started doing. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to talk to you. Is it nighttime? This boss only spawns at night, and I'm never sure if it's nighttime. So let me just go make sure it is. That was one of the cool things I think they've done with Elden Ring, is made it so that there's certain bosses only spawn at nighttime.
Yeah, but they don't really explain that. Like, I only learned that mechanic via messages. Like, I just happened to be on a bridge and there was a message that said, first night, then come back, or whatever.
Yeah,
and I remember.
I think I remember seeing that. Yeah. Handmaiden sells one. Thank you, chat. I appreciate it. We're learning together, guys. All right, so this is technically a boss, but there's a way that we can manipulate this guy's AI. So what we're looking for here is for him to jump and attack. He's going to do that probably here in a moment, I would imagine. He usually does. If not, it's fine. He's going to move back over to that green bush and then stop moving. Once he stops moving, we're going to go down and hit him a few times. He's in a terrible spot. We'll see if we can still get him. We can, but we're not getting headshots. Headshots do double. This is fine. We're just gonna not get greedy and run back up here. Wait till he animates, which he just did. And then we're gonna wait for him to go back down. Not gonna get greedy. Wait for him to animate one more time. We're having a staring contest right now.
He's good.
He is good. He's really good. There he is moving, and then once he stops again, we're free to go down. And the only reason we're getting rid of this guy is because he has red Tearstone ring. And now we can finally go do the first fight. Perfect. You actually have to wait until it actually physically tells you that you've received. There it is. And now you can go. So that is that. That's that. We need to go do that still, but I can wait. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's see our in-game time. The fastest I've ever done everything was 54 minutes. So I'm interested to see the in-game time here.
You're going to be at like 59 or so.
Oh, and then honestly, I forgot to go capture seal still. So there's still that. So let's see. Where am I at here? 54 minus going and capturing seals. So pretty good.
Oh, yeah, load screens. Yeah.
There's a guy hiding in a bush. Be careful.
What are the stone sword keys for?
They open up, remember the DS2 mechanic, the Lockstone Pharaoh? Pharaoh's Lockstone?
Oh,
remember?
no, I'm not asking what they do. I beat the game.
Right.
I'm asking, I'm asking about that particular one.
So that one opens up a dungeon with the chariot dudes that like run at you and run you over and one-shot you.
Yeah,
but at the end of the dungeon is an enemy that we can kill. That enemy drops a seal, which is the Pokemon seal, but it's actually allowing us to cast faith incantations, which we're going to be using later in the run.
Nice.
But for now, we are going to go ahead and do the stuff. So we're going to go ahead and equip Blood Great Knife. Using Blood Great Knife will allow us to injure ourselves, setting up for a Tearstone.
Yeah, the red Tearstone ring, or affectionately referred to in the Hitless community and probably just the Dark Souls community at large,
right.
as RTSR.
This game, Red Feathered Branch Sword.
Oh, really?
Yes, yeah, it's called Red Feathered Branch Sword in this game. But it's
and you can see it's procced because V-Sweat has this like red particle effect.
Yes. Also in the top left, underneath the stamina bar, you can see a sword with an up arrow. Okay,
yeah, so his damage is up for being at low health.
+9, we're all leveled up. Let's go say hi to Margit here. Shall we?
Good luck.
Thank you. It's been so long since I've heard music in this game because I'm always listening to metal.
It's good.
All right, so that was the first boss. Pretty interesting set of events there, if I do say so myself. Oh, I'll try and keep up with splits as well. That's one thing I'm renowned.
I'll keep you honest. I'll keep you honest. No worries.
It only takes a quick little click here for me. There we go. I'm just really bad on it. Anyway, we need to actually take care of this guy. This guy will actually follow you around casually and steal your souls every time that you die in the castle. If you guys ever noticed that you're like, huh, I swore I had more souls when I died. That's because this guy's been stealing them from you.
Oh, I talked to this guy, and after what he said, I killed him immediately.
Yeah.
He was like, he seemed mean, and I was like, yeah, I've played enough Dark Souls to know this is going to be a problem.
Right. And again, the reason we are doing so much damage to Margit is because Margit's considered an early game boss where the player might be more inclined to get here at an earlier time. But you guys in chat need to remember is I spent 50 minutes running around the world gathering all the stuff so that we are fully ready to tackle anything that is presented before us. For now, of course.
Sweat, how do you feel about first break after Godric?
Perfect. Perfect time.
Excellent.
Oh, I hate when they both walk. Nice. Gotta be careful of these guys. They do have projectiles, or throwables, rather. I've never missed that, so we're gonna be careful. Would not like to die to this dude. Never seen these guys' attacks before, so again, I'm just being careful here. We're gonna pull out our bow. We don't use the bow much in this run. I think this is the last guy I kill with the bow. use this guy right here. Very important not to get 2 headshots because he will not be able to. You won't be able to see him anymore. He'll gain too much like distance backwards. Oh, dude, there's one thing they changed about Elden Ring. The controller sensitivity when aiming is very, very. What's the word? Not precise. Touchy. It's very touchy, very sensitive. Also, 10 more sleep arrows right here. So we have a total of 30 now, and they're going to be very important for later.
Gamers, a reminder, please do follow VSweat on Twitch. I promise you will not regret it. Twitch.tv/VSweat. The link is in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, which I gather probably a fair few of you will be, please go in the description. And the link will be in the description.
Thanks for watching the YouTube.
Yes.
We're all very familiar with this guy, I'm sure.
Yes,
so
we are.
the reason that we didn't get the door shut on us is, again, the guy that we killed at the very beginning of the castle. That guy shuts the door on you. If you get rid of him, he will not shut the door on you.
Oh, I see. I didn't even encounter that. Because again, I'm not a trusting person, so I killed him immediately.
Exactly, yeah.
But I did get stuck in that room and definitely died.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is going well, Adef. We're having a blast here.
I'm having a great time.
I'm having a blast.
If you ever wonder why certain shows are on Challenger Approaching or PB Precipice, which are the 2 shows I run, like if you're a frequent GDQ watcher and you're like, how does Adef choose what goes on his shows? The secret technology is I put on the kinds of games and runs that I would want to watch. Like if I think it would be something I would spend 3 hours watching, that's why I'll put it on the show. And I would spend 1,000,000 hours watching this, so hence here it is.
So I'm doing a little bit of parkour here. They have a very healthy amount of enemies in this area to make sure that no one sneaks into their castle. They might, again, I think there's just like an economy, probably like a wage issue, because these guys are lazy, dude. These guys are letting a dude with red glowing stuff around him just crouch through the middle of your fortress and nothing bad is happening. I don't know, dude. It just seems a little suspicious to me. I don't know about you.
I mean, I don't even know who hires. What are these guys?
Who's in charge of this place?
Like, who are the people? Who is still has a brain? Like,
That's true.
You know what I mean? I think about this a lot actually in Dark Souls. Like, how many of these humanoid fellows are like, yeah, I'll still fight for this cause, and how many of them are just like have been tainted by some force and now just are doomed to protect this castle for all eternity? Or are some of them just like good dudes who are like, I don't know, I swore to fight the good fight.
Yeah, but there's probably far and few in between though. I feel like. Okay, so this is
I mean, they can't even speak.
Really sorry, Adef, I had to cut you off, man.
No, you're good.
This is such a hard fight coming up, and I really need to focus.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Like this guy's a rune bearer. He bears runes.
He bears runes.
Okay. Okay. Full concentration here. Watch out. Of all that is golden. So that looked a little scary. Yes.
Did you know you're unfit even to be grafted?
Really?
Yeah, you're unfit even to be grafted.
But I'm Giga Chad.
That's tough stuff, man.
Even Giga Chad can't be ungrafted?
Unfit to be
unfit
even to be grafted?
Oh, we're taking a break here, aren't we? I'm not going to teleport. I'm going to sit. I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah, I mean, you can pause the timer on a countdown whenever you're ready.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, gamers, don't go anywhere. We're literally just taking a quick break. Get up, stretch your legs, grab some water. We'll be back with more Elden Ring Hitless, more V-Swed, and more Challenger approaching in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. My name is Adef, and I am your host. This is Challenger approaching with V-Swed. Tonight, V-Swed, well, the show isn't always with V-Swed, but tonight it is. This is Challenger approaching, and V-Swed is showing off Elden Ring Hitless. We are pumped to have V-Swed back. We just did the first hour or so of the run, took a quick break, and we saw, among other things, Margit and Godric, and we are still hitless. So, gamers, some quick announcements before we jump back into things. Games Done Quick Highlights is a channel that features highlights of our GDQ Hotfix shows. Use the exclamation highlights command to learn more about our highlights. And this weekend, we have Sonic and the Glitchless Gauntlet starting at 12 p.m. Eastern each day. It's a little marathon featuring glitchless Sonic runs. Use exclamation GG in Twitch chat for more info. That'll be hosted, I believe, by the ever-amazing Amber Cyprin. But V-Swed, whenever you're ready, give a countdown. Let's get the show on the road.
Perfect. Let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's go. After killing the boss, Godric and getting our first great rune, I'm gonna actually take this moment to go back to the Table of Lost Grace and purchase an item called the Stone Sword Key, and that is going to allow us to go and get our seal that I had to skip before the boss fight. We're gonna go do that real quick before we head down to the southeast part of the map to Radon's castle, and we're gonna do all that fun stuff. I'm also gonna take this time to buy a dagger. You guys will see why later. And one of those. I'm gonna head back to the very first bonfire of the game, because this is where the seal is.
Worth mentioning. So this is hitless, right? So fall damage does not count as a hit. And environmental damage does not count as a hit unless either of those things kills you, in which case it is a hit. Basically, we're just talking about any time an enemy or boss or trap contacts Swed that would do stagger or health or whatever, that's a hit. And so far, Swed is hitless, moving into the second hour here. There's a question in chat that says, all bosses? And the answer is no, this is any percent. But Swed did tell me, and I don't know if I'm leaking info here, but Swed did tell me that eventually he wants to do all bosses.
Yes, we will be doing all remembrances, which is...
Oh, okay, all remembrances. That's what we have on PB Precipice next week.
Ooh, that's a great category.
Lil Aggie will be on showing off...
Aggie is fantastic. Fantastic stuff. Make sure you guys don't miss it. He's a really good creator. However, all bosses, in my opinion, will be completed by someone in the community at some point. 100%.
It's going to be you.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, so there's another good question in chat. Radon is also quote-unquote optional, though, right? You only need 2 great... So yeah, you only need 2 of the sort of remembrance bosses, or greater rune bosses, but Swed likes to do Radon specifically. Other people do Rykard, evidently.
Right. I like doing Radon because he's a lot more challenging.
You should do Melania instead.
That'd be interesting. Like doing a route to I don't even know. Can you get to Melania without doing other ones beforehand?
No, I don't think so. Because is the two great rune requirement to get that cutscene in front of the Erd tree?
The 2 rune requirement is to get past an invisible door, or it's a sealed door right here into the capital. It says seek more great runes if you
okay, then then you cannot fight because Melania is past the mountaintops of the giants.
Ah, okay, that makes more sense.
And you have to have already been here to get there, I think. Yeah, because you have to beat the you have to beat Morgott in order to get to mountaintops of the giants, and Morgott is at the Erd tree. So yeah.
Yes. I also just took the wrong warp. Forgive me. I was ahead of myself.
You can get to Melania, and it can be your second great rune. Please explain.
Well, you could go through. You don't need... Yeah, actually, I'll just let them explain to you. I'm not going to pretend I know anything. I'm the last person that should be arguing about lore-related stuff. So this is Caelid. It is dangerous. However, with the power of routing, we can take a pretty precise route through here without aggroing any crows. Crows are the most lethal enemy in the game. They can sprint, I guess, even though they can outfly your horse, which not many enemies can catch your horse. They can and will, along with the dogs in this area, which makes Caelid so scary. I went a little too far. Let's go this way.
All the galaxy brains in chat are saying, why don't you just wrong warp to Melania? Okay.
I could just quickly zip real quick over there.
This is glitchless.
Zip stuff's really cool. It's actually cool. It's interesting because, like, as someone who has an absurd amount of hours in Dark Souls 3 to the point where I'm kind of embarrassed, I've zipped in Dark Souls 3 accidentally quite a few times, and I've seen quite a few clips of other people accidentally zipping, and no one ever knew why. And I wonder if it has like any kind of, like, I wonder if any information will be unearthed that will that we could that we could go back in DS3 and look at stuff, you know?
Oh, that's cool. That would be really cool.
That would be, because I've accidentally zipped, and I don't know what caused it. No one knows what caused it. And there's lots of clips.
I'd love to see that clip.
There's a lot. It happens quite a few different places. Clipping has happened in DS3. Or zipping. Sorry, zipping, not clipping.
I feel like the person to talk to about this would be Mitch.
Mitch, Distortion would be another person that I've ran it by Dist before briefly, but he just chalked it up to just janky hitboxes. But I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe there's more to look at there. You know? So the reason I'm coming up to this church right here, Chad, is because this is the part of the run where I kind of differ away from the meta. I'm not sure anyone else comes to this church to get what I'm about to get, but what we're about to get is a couple different breaths from the dragons. We're going to get glintstone breath as well as rotten breath, and you guys will see just why I'm getting this stuff in a bit. But for now, we're gonna hop back on our horse and go down to Radon. Very important that it's not nighttime, because there is a terrible, terrible boss that spawns in the middle of... It is nighttime. I am going back. I just saw the boss. I thought it was morning. Okay. Dude, the weather in this game still tricks me. It still is something that I always like, oh, is it nighttime? No, it's morning. Oh, is it morning? No, it's night. Because there's fog and sometimes it's raining. It's really cool, the weather in this game. So we're gonna pass time to morning. There's a horse that spawns on the way to Radon, and that guy has some very questionable attacks, to say the very least. So I don't want anything to do with him. That dude has done some stuff. I give that guy full credit now. So again, very particular route, not to anger or disturb any of the crows. Warning, the one on the left is more important than the one on the right. The one on the right barely ever sees you here. We're gonna also pick up this this tree's golden seed as well. And this was actually one of the quote-unquote running sections that took me a while to find a path through. And it's kind of precise. I don't like dashing here. I like kind of just focusing on my route. A very particular one.
Hey, chat, this will be some good interactivity where people will get to brag.
What's that?
Are anybody else in chat, like myself and VSwed, who beat Radon pre-patch?
Pre-patch beaters, dude. Oh, that's true.
Where the pre-patch homies at? Once I found out they nerfed him, I was like, well, that's a cool thing I can put on my gamer badge.
Resume. There you go. Yeah. I beat Radon pre-patch, dude.
I beat Radon pre-patch. Fists only.
This is literally A-def right now. This guy right here, dude. Yeah, I beat Radon pre-patch, dude. Yeah. But I have some souls. I don't want to lose them. We could die here easily. Radon is very difficult. I'm going to spend them just in case we do.
Lots of pre-patch Radoners in chat.
Yeah, lots of pre-patch Radoners. Again, chat, we've never actually, myself, I've never actually had the chance to complete this run. My personal best is 7. So don't expect perfection forever. I will try my best. I feel like I'm at a point where I can get the run. I just need to string it all together, but there is a lot of tough stuff left. But don't be too discouraged if we take a hit, because I won't be. We're here for the fun tonight, guys.
And even if Sweat takes a hit, you can still PB.
Exactly. A PB would be really cool. For sure. And you guys are getting to be introduced to the Hitless community if you haven't already been introduced to the Hitless community, because anyone, and I repeat, anyone can do Hitless runs. It's all about if you want to. If there is any inkling inside of you that thinks this is something that's cool, I would highly, highly, highly suggest taking a look at the Hitless Discord. It is a very welcoming place. The community is... You don't need to be a Hitless member. Sorry, you don't need to be a Hitless member to join the Hitless Discord. It is a place for everyone. So I would invite you guys, if this stuff looks like something you'd want to try in the future, maybe, go look for Team Hitless's Discord. It's got everything, and it's such a welcoming community. If you guys have any questions, people will help you. And like more than a handful of people would love to help you. It's such a welcoming community, dude. Hitless has really taken off in the past few years, honestly. It really has. It's mind-blowing. So yeah, this is Radon. So I think we're just gonna go in here and do the thing. Interesting little bug. You run back at the start, he's gonna shoot once. And then he's gonna disappear, and when we make him re-render, he's going to shoot an arrow very, very close to us. It's gonna almost get me. Oh, shoot, dude, it was so close. Oh my gosh, dude, that arrow was so close. I almost didn't roll that, but we barely got away. And now for some reason, he's very upset that we're making fun of him, and he's just gonna come over here instead. This is the attack animation that they slowed down, or aka nerfed. To here.
Yeah, what did they change?
Pause, 1, roll this, unlock, turn around, full stamina, unload 4. Stamina, 1 more. Heal, turn towards the mountain. Whichever direction you're facing during the cutscene, Radon will appear. Get on the horse. Get close, hop off. Make sure he does the attack, because he can do other things. It looks like he's going to. Cross his arms. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. Those all missed. Very rare and scary attack there. Got to be below him for this attack. Ah. Just got clipped. But it's okay. We somehow lived. It was like a stagger or something. Kind of interesting. I don't know how I lived there.
Oh, do you not know about the 1 HP mechanic?
Maybe that's what it was, eh? Oh, yeah. True, eh? All right. They also nerfed this attack.
He also lived on the 1 HP mechanic. Oh my God.
Yeah. I noticed. But that's Radon. You know, we did get staggered. It was a very unfortunate combo. And a thing about that combo, you always need to be fighting phase 2 Radon at a lower elevation than what he is relative to you because of that attack. I don't think I was at a low enough elevation, because normally the attack will go straight into the ground. But I think one of the orbs hit me. It looked like, anyway.
1 hit, but you lived.
We lived. We'll take that shot. That's good. We're on our way.
The 1 HP mechanic is a real thing based on Fatality. Bosses and you, the player character, can randomly live on 1 HP to an attack that would otherwise be lethal.
Yes.
So if you in your casual playthrough, you were ever fighting a boss and you feel like you got it down to the point where it had literally 1 HP and you're like, that should have killed, like that was a visceral attack or whatever.
Yeah.
There is a very good chance that you actually got gypped. But the good news is it can also happen for your benefit, like you just saw. So Beastred got to live on one, and then Radon also got to live on one. It is random, but it's based on a hidden stat called Vitality, which scales with one of the stats, but I can't remember which one. Arcane, that's right.
Which is what we're leveling, so it makes sense.
It's a real thing.
So we need 15 faith to be able to memorize the spell Rotten Breath. Very useful. Now there's also an area coming up right here where I've been hit before riding my horse past some arrows that are shot from a giant golem. And this is a spot that I still cringe every time I approach. Seemingly because it feels like I'm going to get hit sometimes, and I really don't know how to go about it. I've been hit here like 2 or 3 times from the stray arrow. I'm very cautious of it, and I'm aware that it's a thing, but I still can't say that it's consistent yet, which is not a good thing. You want your whole run to be consistent, especially an hour and 20 minutes into it. So I'm just going to be very deliberate to try and not get hit by this arrow, which comes from over there, that general area.
I still can't believe you and Radon both lived on one.
I was surprised. Funny. I was like, do I have cheat engine on right now? I was worried. I was like, am I like literally cheating right now? Because like, if you guys don't know, a lot of practice tools are available on PC to learn these games. Some practice tools, such as cheat engine, can be used to enable full invincibility mode so that we can never die. Causing ourselves never to be able to die obviously saves a lot of time reloading bosses, running back to the boss wall. So I thought, like, just for a moment, I had that on still. It's like, I don't even have that program open. How am I living right now? It's pretty insane, pretty wild. Okay. This is actually a really cool boss. I enjoy this boss quite a bit. I don't know if you guys did, but let's do it.
I clobbered this guy only because I had already fought so many versions of this boss up to this point. So I really enjoyed fighting this one because it was like I'd seen all his attacks so many times. So Swed used the Dragon Breath to proc Scarlet Rot there on the boss, which he'll be doing a few times for various enemies because it slowly damages the boss, sort of like Toxic from older Dark Souls games. Yeah.
That was really close. I should have died there. I'm surprised I didn't die.
What was the attack you thought you were going to die to?
It's the one where he kind of like raises his arm and does like a chug kind of like choo-choo with the train kind of move. Like choo-choo where he pulls the...
Yeah, the lightning?
Yeah, the lightning, yeah. That one is deceptive. You need to roll very late on it. Even to the point like where visually you can see the lightning on top of your character. It's very deceiving. Now, we're also going to be not cheesing a boss here, but I'm going to be playing him very passively, and that is First Elden Lord Godfrey, the gold version. The reason why I play him cautiously is because he has an extreme tendency on PC to lag very, very, very consistently. So I don't want any of that. Plus, we'll have the full Godfrey experience when we get there at the end. So that makes up for it.
I want to get off Huaralu's Wild Ride.
Dude, Huaralu is my favorite boss I think that they've ever made in any game ever. It is
a cool boss.
Perfect. There's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. I think it's the best.
I shall depart. Farewell. I shall leave. I wish you.
So this is something that you guys can take for your casual playthroughs. Very, very easy setup for this. I'm not even sure if you need to attack. I do an R2 in midair. However, if you guys position yourself right as you come into the capital for the first time, if you guys look in between those two, I don't know, I guess they would call protrusions coming out of the wall. Literally just jump in between it, and as you're falling, press R2, and this happens. and then you simply just run forward and land on this, and you've effectively skipped the whole area. Effectively.
This building that you're standing on, that you just R2'd onto, is perhaps my favorite. It might be my favorite building in all of Dark Souls.
Real, oh man, the enemies in there mean business. Just architecturally speaking, it's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I was absolutely enamored when I went there. Doing a little more parkour here. We're coming up to one of the toughest fights in the run, in my opinion, which is also one of my favorite fights in the whole game, Morgott. I have a love-hate relationship with Morgott. I don't know about you guys. Oh, man. I've lost more runs, guys, to Morgott than I think any other boss. He is tough as nails, as tough as they come. Also, you guys might notice I'm blocking every time I'm jumping. If you hold the block as you jump, it constantly puts your character into the sprinting motion right away, allowing you to do full jumps over and over. Also got to use stealth right here to avoid this guy. This guy has a pretty wild attack. It's like a lightning Nameless King type attack, and it is tough to dodge. And before we do the run up the tree, I'm going to go ahead and set up the low health for Red Tear Stone. Remember, we get 20% extra damage on every single attack for having Red Tear Stone equipped. Going to go ahead and do that. There it is. And now we run. These enemies will all see us, but as long as we manage stamina, we'll be fine. And we are going to head straight into the boss fight. Again, we will be cheesing the boss. And I mean, we still interact with the boss. It's not like a complete cheese. But you'll see what I'm going to do. And you'll understand why I say cheese. Which is a shame because it's a really good boss. It's just really laggy. It's just not consistent enough. Which is a shame. I can already feel a stutter. The second I walked in. I think it is the tall fog walls over in the back. I think it's the particle effect, personally. I don't know, though.
RTSR is Red Tear Stone Ring. It's not called that in this game, but that's what it's called in the previous 3 Dark Souls games. Basically, the idea is that V-Sweat has an item equipped where when he's at low health, he does extra damage. And since this is hitless and low health doesn't really matter, because if you take one hit, right, it's a hit anyway. Right. Go ahead and they use it.
So what you'll see me doing is staying at a distance and baiting out the throw attack, which he does very consistently. It is not much to look at, but I had a really bad streak of getting here and losing runs to lag, and I kind of just had enough of it one day. I was like, I'm doing this from now on. Because I was tired of resetting to this guy, because he's not tough by any means. It's just the game will freeze very consistently. Again, I think it's the fog wall effect.
Man, in my playthrough, especially like it became a detriment when I got to Radagon and to Elden Beast, because I just have played so much Dark Souls by this point. Right. I was not accustomed to jumping to dodge any attacks. And so like I just never even thought of it as an option. Like to me, jumping was just a platforming mechanic. It never really occurred to me that I should use it to dodge ground attacks.
Yeah, I actually use it quite a bit in the run. It's very, very nice. That's a little bad there.
I mean, tons of the attacks that bosses have are clearly designed to be dodged with a jump.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
Like that one.
Might have to engage him here, which is never good. Nice. Sometimes he will just walk towards you and corner you, and you do have to engage him, which is never good because the game can just lag. 2 more engagements by the looks of it. So like I said, to me, this is cheese, even though, you know, we're technically still in the fight. We're engaging the AI, but it feels a little silly to me. But sadly, until they fix the port to the PC, it's something I will be doing on my runs is that.
V-Sweat, it took 90 minutes, but the question has finally arisen, and it is time for you to answer it. Are you ready?
I can't wait. Oh, I've been waiting. What is the question?
What do you do about Elden Stars?
I wanted to make a joke, but I'll be serious. What we need to do for Elden Stars is, for my route, I completely change my build at the end of the game. I save a bunch of runes to be able to do that. And what I'm going to do is I don't want to spoil it, but basically what you need to do is you need to build up enough stagger so that he staggers during the animation of him casting Elden Stars. Doing so, sorry, I have a hiccup. Doing so will cause Elden Stars to get canceled completely. It will not take place, and he will just continue on with the fight. He can, however, do Elden Stars again. It just usually takes a very long time for him to pull it out a second time. But if we get to Elden Beast, and if we get to Elden Beast, and there's a lot of attacks, not just Elden Stars, but any of those pin missile attacks. I call it pin missile because I love Pokemon, and it just reminds me of pin missile. I don't know if he does pin missile ever in the fight, I have to homeward bone 100%. If you're hitless in that fight and he does any of those needle attacks, you need to leave the fight and do Radagon all over again, which sounds terrible. But it is not consistent to have those needles raining down on you while you're dodging them, and then have that combined with Elden Beast doing another attack. It is dodgeable, but not consistent, which is unfortunate. So not only Elden Stars we have to worry about, but we also have to worry about the needles, which causes a lot of issues for low damage runs, I think, which is never a great thing. But, I think that answered the question.
Yeah, and just to be clear, Elden Stars is an attack that the final boss of the game can do for anybody.
Yes, and it will happen at 50% HP every time. What's Homeward Bone? I think I saw someone ask in chat. That's a great question because it's your wife. It's my wife. There is no Homeward Bone in this game, guys. There is the Memory of Grace, which acts as the equivalent of a dark sign in the old games. So we lose all our souls, but we get to Homeward Bone. So yeah, this is Morgott, one of my favorite fights in the entire game. I think this fight's fantastic. I'm also actually gonna, before we do Morgott, sorry guys, I got talking. I'm gonna fix my flasks real quick. Firstly, I will fix my flask. I like the alliteration.
Good.
Yes,
good alliteration.
Good.
Did you know this is true? A fun little language fact for you.
Oh.
There are subsets of alliteration, like specific words for different kinds of alliteration.
Okay.
So if you're alliterating specifically with consonants, like T or whatever,
right,
that is called consonants. And then there's also one for S. The word escapes me for some reason.
I didn't know this. That's interesting.
I might be pulling this out of my butt, but okay, it was sibilance. That's what I thought it was. Yeah, so if you ever are working tech or something and somebody talks about sibilance with like a microphone, it's
sibilance.
Like a lot of S.
Okay, I think I've heard of that.
It's a lot of S, repeated S sounds.
This is Morgott, and he's really tough. I'm going to focus. This is the most important fight to make sure you're in the right position at all times. Otherwise, he'll just corner you and you're dead. So I'm going to focus.
Sure, good luck.
Thanks. Right now I'm in a bad spot. Perfect. It's also bad luck if the chair breaks. He has follow-ups to that, so I don't punish it. This guy's the follow-up king. No idea what he's doing right now. Okay, that was new. That was super new. That was like literally AI'd into the game mid-fight, I'm pretty sure. So you actually have to touch the thorns to progress the story, which is interesting to me. Thanks.
Work, by the way.
Appreciate it, dude. That fight is tough.
I was dying when you said they just AI'd that fight.
Dude, that attack doesn't even exist. Hello? What even? I want an actual clip of that if someone doesn't mind for later. I would love to see that again. That was interesting. Did the chair break? I hate to see it. Thank you, everyone.
Allow me, you are prevented the thorn.
If you're not following VSweat after that, literally what are you doing with your life? Twitch.tv/VSweat. The link's in the chat. Follow, you absolute buffoons.
Did you just call Chad a buffoon?
I'm a buffoon too.
Capital D colon, dude.
We're all buffoons, bro.
Oh, and now ADEF, dude. It's time. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah?
It's time, dude. For everyone's favorite part of the run.
Oh yeah, best boss.
Best, not only the best boss, but the best run up to a boss as well. Chat, do you guys like horseback riding through the brisk mountaintops? I sure do.
Yeah, VSweat.
yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh, second appearance of my favorite building in all Dark Souls. Let's go.
True. Get that in the picture there. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is a very fun and exciting time of the run where we're just going to sprint past everything that exists. There's going to be a small country chasing me, but I assure you everything is perfectly under control. And we totally do not need hidden body for this part. Come on. Well, this guy does have a ranged attack. Strafing it here if he does it. Didn't do it. Cool. Stamina's good. Stamina's good. This guy attacked. That's really good. And now he breaks.
You're gonna be really mad.
Why?
At me.
What's wrong?
I one-shot Fire Giant in my casual playthrough.
Oh, ADEF.
Or not one-shot, but first try. You know what I mean.
Yeah. What did you use in your first play?
In every Dark Souls game I have ever played, I stick with the straight sword for the whole game.
What straight sword you use?
The one the warrior class starts with. I
Nice.
spec'd it with Frost
Ooh,
for my Art of War.
that'd be good.
I just feel like if I can't beat the game with like the most normal sword, I won't be happy. I only changed weapons for Melania. That's it.
What did you use for Millennium?
I used the Bloodhound sword.
That thing's so good. I've watched a lot of people use that. I've never tried it.
My whole playthrough, I beat, you know, as many bosses as I could find. I did all the optional content I could find. Like, I did so much. And my playthrough was like 50 to 55 hours. 5 hours, maybe 6 hours was just Melania. I did the last hour and a half of it on stream, and it was one of the few times where somebody in chat was like, "Can I help you?" And I was like,
Oof.
"Yes, please."
Yes, please.
And they were like, "All right, you need a weapon that deals bleed." And I was like, "All right, which one should I use?"
No, you don't need bleed.
And they were like, "You should try the Bloodhound weapon." So I did, and it's absolutely busted.
Oh yeah, it's really strong.
To be fair, I'd also gotten way better at the fight by then. So like,
Right.
you know, that plus, you know,
It
experience
changed.
plus the better weapon.
Definitely will help. I did Lord Sworn Greatsword for my first playthrough, two-handing Lord Sworn Greatsword. Lord Sworn Greatsword.
Oh yeah, I don't use shields. I just two-hand weapons.
Right, yeah, two-hand, no summons, no spirit summons, no fancy stuff, just the melee.
I did summon. I will admit, the
Oh,
only
okay.
reason my playthrough was as fast as it was is because I used Mimic Tear for the last half of the game.
Oh, well, yeah, Mimic Tear's exceptional, for sure.
Yeah, it's awesome. And
Yeah.
it felt sick to fight alongside a Shadow Clone. I felt like a god.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's definitely a cool thing they put in the game. I never used any of them, though, and I struggled on Millennia for 14 hours straight.
Oh my god.
And the kill that I uploaded to my YouTube took 17 minutes of the fight.
My god.
I can't say I'm a big fan of that boss.
No, I made it to Melania around like, I think I was at 40 hours, maybe 38 hours when I made it to Melania. I tried it for 4 hours and was like, you know what? I'll just come back.
I'll just come back.
Yeah, my opinion on Melania is basically like, if you take away the health restore or the like dancing swords attack, take away either one and the boss becomes really cool.
Yeah, I think that the life steal is one of the coolest things about her. That's like one of the things I loved the most.
Then keep that and just get rid of the like spinning
Or
sword
don't
attack.
even get rid of it. She can only cast it at X distance, and it would fix everything. Because then melee people that use melee could fight her fairly.
Sure.
But if you're gonna like sit back and use like ranged, then yeah, let her do the foul move at a distance. Just don't let her do it when I'm like right in her face. It's such an easy fix too. If they would go ahead and do that.
Yeah, my roommate, when I was struggling with Melania, my roommate also played Elden Ring, and he was like, you should use Black Knife Taich. Apparently Black Knife Taich is like really good for Melania.
Oh, I've never heard of that weapon.
I know it's an Ash. It's a summon.
Oh, okay. Yes. How many summons are there in the game?
I don't know. There's only a handful of legendary summons, and Black Knife Taich and the Mimic Tear are both legendary summons.
Oh, there's legendary summons.
Yeah, so there's like the normal summons, which are just like enemies you would find in the game that double as summons.
Like the
And
jellyfish.
then the legendary summons are like, yeah, exactly, are like the Mimic Tear, like bosses or NPCs, like more substantial things.
That makes that makes more sense. So what was the coolest one that you used for Millennia? It was a Black Knight?
So I just used Mimic Tear, but my roommate used Black Knife Taich.
Black Knife Taich. Who is that? Why don't I know
I
that?
don't know. I don't know.
Taich. Also, this is probably my least favorite part of the whole run, simply because you have to just go forever on your horse, dude. It's just constant horseback during this whole section for so long.
Such a pretty area, though.
Yeah, it's cool, but you do it once. You've seen it once, you've seen it 100 times. And then, like, you have to go through this bridge right here every time, and it's like, oh my goodness. Am I just complaining? I might just be complaining.
I don't know. Also, a lot of people on Twitter as well, when I uploaded my playtime, they were like, why is it so fast? How's it so fast? I think it is worth mentioning that I have dedicated the last 10 years of my life to being as fast as possible in video games.
True.
So, like, I wouldn't compare yourself to how I play games.
Yeah, that's
the
a
way
good
I
point.
played Elden Ring was like, okay, this area's done. Like,
Smile.
I cleared all the stuff I found, got the map, fought all the optional bosses I could find in the area, and then I'd be like, all right, I feel like there's not much left for me to do here, so I'll just move on.
Was that like your way of like knowing your area was done? It's like, okay, got the map, we're good, we're out. Got the map, dude.
No,
that's good.
The way I play Dark Souls is I want to fight every boss.
I want to fight everything once, usually.
Yeah, well, so like I want to fight every optional boss in the game. So even after I beat the game, apparently there were 2 big bosses I missed, so I went back and did those.
Yeah, me too. I missed like 3 or 4 big ones.
I was DMing you on Discord about the 2 I missed. We were chatting as it happened.
Yeah, I missed like
I missed Dracolich or whatever, the like Lich Dragon.
That guy was so cool. He needs more HP.
Yeah, he does. The fight was over too fast.
He got melted for a lot of people, but he has such a cool moveset. Like a shame that he's so weak.
And then the Placidusax,
I think.
Cool dragon fight. Great.
Probably the best fight dragon-wise they've ever done. The Leash King
was also
or whatever
a one-shot for good old Adef.
Yeah,
that was a one try for Adef.
I wish I was as cool as Adef, chat.
Yeah, well, Mimic Tier's pretty busted, Sweat.
Yeah, that's true. Mimic Tier is really strong, even after they nerfed it.
I mean, literally, there's 2 of you.
Yeah, like literally.
It doesn't get much better than that. You just got to unequip all your useless stuff because otherwise they will use it.
Oh, so actually something's about to happen. We're going to spawn a dragon. Yeah, we've just been going with nothing here. So actually I'm going forward in such a way to where the dragon spawns in, then I take a right angle and kind of like slowly curve around the dragon that you cannot see right now. And then eventually, once you get far enough away, the fog will break and we will continue. That's about it. Nothing too wild going on.
Did you fight Borealis in your casual?
Yes, I fought every dragon, I'm pretty sure, in my casual.
Okay, sweet. I kind of wish the boss, like, I think it was a good design decision to make the fog go away quickly or the heavy snow go away quickly once the boss fight started, but part of me wishes it was there the whole time.
Oh man, that'd be rough, because he's one of the tougher dragons too.
For sure. I died to him, I think, 2 or 3 times.
Just getting this, I don't normally grab this fire, but anything can happen here, so I'll just get it for us. And like I said, my PB is 7, but for me and my mindset of PBs, I'm at the point of knowledge of this game where I feel like I can get the run anytime I play. So even though my PB is 7, it definitely isn't reflecting on where I feel like I'm at. So a lot of the time I won't even bother finishing runs, which I should, just to get the PB lower, because it looks better, not better, but it's easier to look at, if that makes sense, in my opinion. Maybe it doesn't make sense.
I mean, whatever makes sense, whatever helps you with your mentality.
Yeah, no, I just like whenever I get hit, it's like, oh well, this run's toast, Sure, I could get a PB, but I just want to get the run at this point. But this is a really good one, and the hit I took was super fair to Radon. Definitely a fair one. And everything else has been good. First trying Morgott always feels really good because Morgott's tough. Morgott's so tough, man.
There's another question in chat about this, so I'll just restate it for everybody that's just coming in. The graphic might look a little confusing, but you'll see that above my name, I'm Adef, the voice you're hearing off screen. Above my name, it says commentary, because I'm the host of the show. I'm just doing commentary. But VSwed, the one with the face cam and the gameplay, is the runner. So be sure to follow VSwed on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/VSWED.
Well, I mean, if you got enough time, you can follow Adef too. He is pretty cool. Just saying.
Well, I don't know about all that.
If you got enough time.
If you got enough time to follow one, you got enough time to follow both.
There you go. 2 tabs.
I will say, VSwed, it's been a long time since I've seen a speedrun of a game and been like, oh, I gotta try that. And Bloodborne is calling to me right now.
Really? Do I dare ask what category?
Any percent to start.
Unrestricted any percent or any percent?
I don't know. I haven't really looked into it enough.
Very broken game.
I just
Can be
wanted.
broken.
I saw Ghost. Ghost was on the show 2 weeks ago.
Yes, legendary
and
goes on Ghost.
Watching Ghost play, I was just like, this is amazing. And I love Bloodborne.
She is the most accomplished Bloodborne player in the world when it comes to hitless stuff. She's done stuff that people can't even like fathom doing on that game.
She's the first person to complete a proper hitless run on this show.
Was she?
I've probably had 10 different games for hitless now.
Yeah.
And she completed in any percent.
Wow. Yeah, she like any percent Bloodborne can be very consistent for sure. And her run is so far past any percent that's like she could do her any percent like with her like eyes closed. Like she's so consistent with all the stuff that she has to do. Oh man, she's so good at Bloodborne. It's good to hear she did so well.
Yeah, I mean, so it was in the middle of an all bosses run, but technically it was any percent because any percent gets the quote unquote bad ending, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, ultimately an any percent was completed. She just kept going to fight for bosses.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm just grabbing a +10 for the dagger. We're not going to be using this +10 for a long time, but I'm grabbing it real quick. Then we actually need to go back to the Table of Grace to give a ball bearing to the maiden really quickly, which is in this room.
I do want to thank everybody for coming in and hanging out. There are quite a few of you in the chat this evening. This is excellent to see. I think it's worth, if you're somebody that really only tunes in for AGDQ or SGDQ, the sort of main GDQ events, what you're watching right now is Hotfix. So this is regular programming on the GDQ channel. And when I say regular, I mean literally every single day. So ADEF, me, I host 2 shows. I host Challenger Approaching every other Friday night and PB Precipice every other Sunday afternoon. And basically every Hotfix show is, focuses on some different aspect of like speedrunning or challenge running, right? So Challenger Approaching is all about challenge runs. PB Precipice is about like PB attempts and speed runs. There's tons of other great shows that alternate all these other weekdays and weekends. And there's so much tremendous stuff to see, and so many talented people that I have the honor of working with that produce amazing stuff every day. So if you're ever, it's an evening starting at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. So if those time slots, you got nothing going on, come on by and give us a shout. There will be something happening on this channel that will be exciting to see, whether it be Elden Ring Hitless or a glitch explanation on Kung Fu Fruit Cup's show, or a run that's never been seen before on GDQ from Never Before Seen, which is Amber Cyprin's show. There's like tons of cool programming. Yeah. So I just wanted to there's a lot of people here, so I wanted to say, like, pardon my French, there's shit going on all the time.
There is. It's actually fantastic. It's something I didn't realize before I got more into GDQ. I thought you guys just were the biannual event. But
right, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
An understandable thing to think.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that you guys had these shows, these sub-shows, like, all throughout the year, and there's so much stuff. Like, I'll come home and, like, see, like, Pokemon one day, Tomb Raider the next day, Elden Ring, it's anything and everything.
Yeah, and the different showrunners just display different stuff. Anyway, please, Fire Giant.
I'm just gonna focus. I could die here 100 times. I'm gonna try my best.
Let's get some GLHFs, chat.
Interesting. He's in the worst spot possible, I would say. So I need to wait here. Cannot cause phase 2 to start. These fireballs carry over in between phases. Good. Perfect. Switch to a seal, to hand. Wait for the hand to come down here. Full stamina, full FP. Toxic. Perfect. Horse away. Sit, wait, heal, full health. Sit on the horse, but don't move. Now, normally he gets stuck on that wood tree right there. Does not look like he's going to get stuck for us today, though. Let's see what happens. Those fireballs can travel through anything, including the ground. As you can see, they're getting pretty close. Hopefully they don't make it all the way here. I'm hoping they're not going to. Okay, we gotta go down now. Switch spots. Fade out a roll. Man, let's go, dude. That's so good.
Yes, V-Swed, absolute legend.
Wow. That guy is the problem on every fight. But that's cool that we got him first try. Well, we're not out of the woods yet because now we need to go to the worst running section of the game. I sprint through here on lines that I've come up with. I wouldn't sit here and say they're 100% consistent yet. They're definitely good. I mean, they're good enough to use, I feel like. A lot of runners route in hidden body for this next section. I don't like routing in stuff I feel like I don't need to route in. Hidden body is one of them. I feel like I don't need the blood ring, which grants us more iframes on our rolls. I don't get that either. So we're gonna see what we can do here in this next area. The Azul is really tough. With all the enemies. Yeah.
I'm pogging. That is so sick.
Thanks, Adef, man. I'm trying my best.
Maybe this cutscene, the Erdtree burning, would be a good time to take our second break.
Yeah, has it been that long already? Oh my god,
it's been an hour.
That mountain ride just takes so much time, dude. Yeah, I'm good for sure.
All right, let's take it right here.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, gamers, we're not done. This is not the end of the run. You just saw that absolutely sick fire giant fight. I cannot stress how many times V-Swed has just been unlucky or just the wrong stuff. The stars haven't aligned in fire giant, but here for all of you, V-Swed has absolutely nailed it on the fire giant. Sick.
I'm very happy.
Heck.
I was worried.
You should be. That is so good.
I was like, I'm going to get stuck here in GDQ and never even be able to beat him. It's going to happen.
So, gamers, please take an opportunity, first of all, of course, to follow V-Swed, twitch.tv/VSwed, but also... everybody, please do not go anywhere. We'll have more V-Swed, more Challenger approaching, and the last third of this run in just a few minutes. We're just going to get up and stretch our legs a little bit. So we'll be right back in just a second.
Thanks, guys.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is Challenger Approaching. My name is Adef. I'm your host this evening. Challenger Approaching is all about challenge runs and the runners that perform them, and tonight we have V-Swed showing off Elden Ring Hitless. V-Swed just did Fire Giant without taking any hits, and we'll be moving into later parts of the game. Some quick announcements really quick. Your subs, gift subs, Prime Gaming subs, and bits do help support weekly Hotfix content and shows like this. Please consider supporting our daily content if you enjoy these Hotfix shows. And Games Done Quick Highlights is a channel that features highlights of our GDQ Hotfix shows. Use the !highlights command to learn more about our highlights. V-Swed, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Adef. We are talking to Millennia, and she is going to ask us a very important question. If we are ready, chat, to commit a cardinal sin, I'm going to do it.
Well, let my hand.
What happens if you say no here? Does she just like, okay, whatever, and then just
Well, you say I'd like you to wait.
Oh, it's like a wait thing. Okay. That
Yeah,
makes more
because
sense.
since this changes areas permanently,
Right,
I
true,
think
that
it's
makes-
their way of
okay,
making it
that
like
makes
you can
sense.
still do Lane Dell stuff.
True, eh? That's a good point. Anyway, chat, we are to the Azula, the Farum Azul. This is, for me and my run, the run that you guys are watching tonight, the most lethal running section of the entire run, as well as one of the most lethal bosses as well. If you guys aren't familiar with this area, you'll see why it's so bad. And just right now, I'm just going to focus. Roll twice and then run. This dragon
What's the
that's
hitless? Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, go. I was just going to say the dragon that spawns has no hitbox. That's all I was going to say.
I was going to ask, what's the hitless ruling on quit outs?
You are not allowed to quit out at any point in the game unless the torrent glitch takes place where the character just floats in midair. You're allowed to quit out if that happens. Also, if you're at the round table hold, quit out would be fine. In case like something IRL happened and you had to like take a second, you know, you can take a moment there. However, in this game, in Elden Ring, you can actually, if you're falling off a cliff, chat, you can actually quickly teleport and save yourself, which is pretty interesting. If you're fast enough, which it's pretty reliably quick. I need to focus here. This is not easy. This part right here in particular is the issue part. Lots of enemies I'll be strafing. Oh my, I've never seen that. That would have been new. That's something to note that can happen. That's a good learning experience without paying the price for it. Strafe that arrow, run at him, strafe another arrow, and that, as well as this. He didn't do anything, perfect, jump. And that's that section. Looks very scary because it probably is, but it works for me. And then you strafe this guy by running straight here, and you can run to the bonfire, or sorry, the grace. And that's part one done. We are now faced with probably the toughest boss in the game other than Fire Giant and Elden Beast's attack, and that is the Godskin duo. I'm going to say pretty much nothing other than I'm going to try my best.
Hey, good luck, V-Sweat.
Thanks, Adolf.
Have fun.
Oh, I will. Barrels of fun.
Oh, good.
Again, we're just setting up red tier stone really quick here. Give us 20% more damage. And you guys are finally going to be able to see what we are utilizing at the start of the game where we went around and picked up all the sleep arrows. The sleep arrows are what we're going to be using for this fight. You guys are going to see just how strong sleep is. Another thing to point out and to remember about Elden Ring, in Elden Ring, all auxiliary damage, that's frost, bleed, poison, toxic, frenzy, everything that is like a side effect. All enemies gain more resistances the more you try to do said thing to them. So if we're using sleep arrows, it's going to progressively take more arrows to sleep the same enemies. And that's the same with bleed. That's the same with everything. Frost, everything. So that's just something to keep in mind of for this fight. But without further ado, I think I'm ready to do this. Okay. And let's go. Again, if we die, it's not the end of the world. It would be awful, but not the end of the world. All right, let's do it. We'll try our best, as we always do. I need to get him away from the bigger dude. I'm gonna let him walk over here. Hitting the bodies as they're dying causes more damage to be dealt. Take this time to heal. Hit this guy with 2 as he's waking up. Causes a bleed. Don't want to deal too much damage to him though. Okay, summoning. Good. Might need to improvise. Hopefully not, though. Looking like we're not going to get the damage we need before he wakes up. He's awake now. That's tight. That was tight there. I knew he was going to be coming at a good rate, but I can load a save file so that we still have our sleep arrows, because the sleep arrows are a finite item, and if we run out, we cannot continue. So I will go ahead and load the save file for that.
A good attempt, though.
Thank you. And on a normal run, all you would have to do, well, I mean, honestly, you would just have to, you can't even homeward bone on a normal run. You kind of only get one shot at it. If you could go back to the merchant and kill the merchant, and upon killing the merchant and taking their bell bearing back to the site or the round table, you can actually purchase 20 more arrows. So that would be the backup strat on a real run. But with the power of a presentation, we can just load a quick save. We do lose Giga Chad, which is unfortunate, but he had a good run, to say the very least.
And, you know, I think it's worth mentioning, like, I feel like Godskin Duo was a fight that a lot of people struggle with in their casual playthroughs. So to see it just done in such a way, even on the first attempt, is really sick.
Thank you. And honestly, this is a fight that has ended many good runs. You know, I've died here 5 times in a row, many times. This is a really tough fight. To be able to do it first try, every try, is something that you would aspire to be able to do with the strats that we're using. That's for sure. Our stats are exactly the same, by the way, if anyone's wondering.
Yeah, V-Sweat follows a pretty religious route. Like it's, you know, the same every time.
I need to get this guy over here. Thank you, sir. No, don't go back there. Come over here, please. You have to forgive me without no boss music, because on my save file, my sound is turned off. Our guy is waking up. This isn't good. Again, we'll have to improvise. Really good. Need to get rid of the skinny guy once and we're back in business. A lot of these little improvised sections tend to happen on this fight a lot because we are on a sleep timer, remember. Oh, didn't think that fireball would hit that. Thing is, I'm waiting because I know what I'm looking for, and if it's not presenting itself, there's nothing I can really do. This is looking a bit better. Yeah. That'd have been nice. I have an idea. That's really good. Can breathe a moment again here. This is such a bad attempt. To have them survive too is pretty rare, to say the very least. You need to find a time to heal, though. That's not good. Jeez. That was lucky. That was really close. Good. Good stuff. Good stuff.
There was one.
Yo, Jeff. Sorry.
Did you get hit?
No, there's just a guy. I was at the wrong gate.
Oh.
No, we're good.
Oh my god, there was one attack from the thin one that I swear to God you rolled late, and yet you did not get hit.
Was it the triple spinny attack?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a scary one.
The first swing, I swear to God you were late, but I had a heart attack.
That's a scary one. That is definitely not a good attack to get caught in.
Oh my heart cannot take this.
That's a tough fight, man. You got to be really mobile and aware of a lot of situations. It's kind of like ONS from DS1 where like...
Yeah.
You can't
People were complaining about this fight, and I was like, this is ONS.
you can't like practice the fight to get it to the point of consistent every time. You do need to, you know, change up strats here and there and like go with the flow kind of feel, you know?
Absolutely.
Let me turn the music back on as well before I forget, because this is a new save.
Follow V-Swed, please.
I usually play with music on myself and not the game music, so forgive me. Okay.
My God.
Oh, forgot one more thing. This is the next area that I was referencing before, saying how difficult this area is, this upcoming area. Oh, it's not a fun one. It's not a fun one. Especially for me because of how I go about it. Yeah, you guys will see. Setting up red tier stone here. I'm surprised I haven't accidentally killed myself yet by hitting that one too many times. That's like a meme on my channel. I do that so much, dude. Oh my gosh. So bad for it. Accidentally doing one too many blades. And all right, let's do this part. Very important that guy doesn't see you. We're gonna creep over here. Now, this guy, all right, he's doing his thing. Good. This guy sometimes gets stuck, and I think it has to do with him hearing me initially coming in. But he's on his path here. That's good. And I think I'm the only runner to use these breaths. But these breaths are so cool, man. 15 faith is all I have as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you accidentally kill yourself in any way, it's definitely a hit.
Yes, for sure. And now we're at the infamous section. The oh boy, do I enjoy Elden Ring section, chat. Oh boy.
The lightning dragon?
Yeah, the lightning dragon was cool. I'm talking about those heckin' eagles and their talons. Oh my goodness.
Even after 50 hours, I did not figure out how to deal with these bozos.
The way to deal with them is just to run and run some more. Like those birds.
I I had a plus 25 longsword and I was afraid of these 2-hit birds.
Again, need to set up a tier stone real quick. Tedious, I know, but it is what it is. Okay, now this is the whoa. Calm down, Elden Ring, please. Laggy. So this is the area with all the eagles. They're very rough, to say the very least. I'm going to focus because it's kind of particular. You wouldn't think it is, but it is. You might think it's overkill. I don't at all.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. This was something that's my buddy Scriptoon showed me as well in the early routing days of Elden Ring. And to this day, I don't think anyone's using these breaths in their run other than us. Oh, I'm dead here. I'm not dead here. Amazing. I got super lucky that that eagle did not immediately body me. That's amazing that that happened. Okay. Whoa. Calm down, Elden Ring, please.
Don't you love this game?
Oh, dude, it's so optimized. Game of the year, everyone. Here we go. Wait for that lightning. Drop here. Immediately cast. This is going swell, actually. Make sure there's not one that spawns on you. Take care of the last bird. And I see chat complaining about the lag as well, and it is something they definitely should address. It's going to be so unfortunate doing Hitless just to die to something out of your control. Also, here's a magic trick. Poof! I said poof, dragon. There we go. There we go. Please, video game, not now. Thank you.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
They fixed the game and then they broke something else is what happened. Before, you used to be able to... There was something that used to happen before with the dragon, and then they fixed that, and now that's the new thing, which is even worse than what it was before. But yeah, you just shoot him with an arrow, and he disappears. Who knows, dude? Elden Ring, game of the year, no flaws, perfect. Absolute perfection every time.
So there's
Again,
a question. Is that
yes.
allowed in the Hitless rule set?
Yes, it is, totally allowed.
Is it not a glitch?
No, that's literally just poor programming in our opinion. That's not a glitch at all. I'm also just right now, just for everyone's sake, just not loading my save state, but making one in case we do die in this upcoming running section. It's tough, to say the very least, and we're just going to go for it here.
Yeah, is this the tiny little room with the water and the two howling guys
Yep.
that have the lightning attacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was an unpleasant room in my playthrough.
Here we go. This guy's terrifying. He's doing his thing. That was really good. Perfect. Stamina.
Yeah,
this guy's got 2
boomerang
attacks. Roll twice. Maybe even a thrice there. And we're through. First try. Love to see it.
Nice.
I'm really happy to get through that first try. This run's going really good. Okay. This run's actually going good. It's actually going too good.
Yeah, okay, you stop it with this.
I don't believe in jinxes, so we're good.
Neither do I. I am not a superstitious person.
Reason I'm coming back here is to fully upgrade the Reduvia. We now have +10.
I mean, I don't know. I say I'm not a superstitious person, but then I find myself succumbing to superstitious ideals. So, you know, whatever.
Like what? What are you being superstitious
like
about?
I find myself knocking on wood when I say things.
Oh yeah, you know, just
you know what I mean? Like, but that doesn't do anything. But in my brain, like it gives me the good chemicals when I do it.
That always reminds me of my dad knocking on wood. It was like his that was like his punchline.
Oh yeah.
So every time someone says knock on wood, I always think of him. Every time.
That's great.
I
also like definitely sometimes I'll be like, if last year, you know, I watched my boys lose a playoffs game because I was physically there, like I won't go.
Yeah, really? Dude, that's okay. Yeah, that's some superstitious stuff. Okay.
But like, I don't really believe it. I just like, I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't go.
Something to note about Hitless. There is a small chance, very small, it's happened to me once, that this horse guy will kill us in the middle of the Malekith fight. It's happened once. We all know it can happen. Let's just hope it doesn't.
It sucks once it happens to somebody, something like that, and then everyone worries about it.
Everyone's on high alert for the rest of their life, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like you find out about a really niche crash one time, and then you can't stop thinking about it.
It's a cool fight. Would have been one of the best, except Malekith is a bit busted. Forgot how good this OST was. Hey, no glitches. Love to see it. So what can happen a lot of the time is whenever Malekith jumps on one of these pillars, there's a like 7 to 10% chance, I would say, that he just glitches through it, gets stuck in the middle, vaporizes, and then reappears in the middle of the arena. It's not ideal, to say the
That was like
least.
a masterclass in fighting Malekith.
Thank you. And like I said, this is why I like this route, because it's a lot more challenging, and you actually have to like learn the fights as opposed just to like blitzkrieg, just destroying everything. You know, it's a cool route. I love it.
Also, something that is always so impressive to me about Hitless, and I understand that this is just from like experience, but I think something you'd see if you watched me play or if you watched any just like casual Dark Souls player play that plays melee like I do, the tendency is like, okay, I dodged that attack, time to wail. So I just like hit like as many times as I can.
Right.
But the most impressive part of Dark Souls speedrunning and hitless runs to me is the like conservative approach and the strength to not hit. Like there were so many times there with Malekith where like he would swing, you dodge, and then you just hug him without swinging. And then because you knew there was a more beneficial time for you to
exactly hit. Right. You're just waiting for that beneficial time. And there's actually the greatest thing, one of the coolest parts about Malekith is all the different follow-ups he can do based on where you're at relative to him. That was a big thing in DS3 and probably is in this game, and we just don't know it is yet. But you can cause him to do some really cool things based on where you're standing relative to him. And that was a huge thing in DS3. I don't feel like it is as much in this game, but I feel like it might still exist. And we just don't know it does yet. But he definitely has that, which is cool. Also, we're coming up to a very interesting part of the run. Because there is a skip that we're going to do, an inbounds, quote unquote, inbound skip that is legal in the hitless community based on a vote done by the hitless community. And the unanimous decision was that we are going to allow this in any percent. You guys are going to see exactly what it is. I personally voted that this should be allowed.
I agree.
Yeah, and you agree as well. There's plenty of people that don't agree.
This one is literally just clever use of collision. Like this is not a glitch.
Right, right. In my opinion, this is just parkour, which is in all the games. Well,
it would be very different if this skip required you to go out of bounds.
Right.
But it doesn't.
So normally what you would do is you would enter this room and you would be met with Gideon, an NPC that has a lot of different spells and magic. However, if you jump down here, there are 3 holy grease right there, which is really nice casually, actually. There's a route that you can climb up. We're going to go ahead and take this back entrance. Up to this point, this is all intended because there's items down there, you know, obviously. So now you could approach, if you wanted, from this way into Gideon, which is interesting, you know? Or you could take the even cooler way up this branch. Now, this branch also exists, chat, when Lendel is not covered in ash. However, the skip that we're going to try and do here is only possible after the Erd tree was set aflame. This skip will take me anywhere from first try to 2 minutes, so I'm just going to shut up and try my best here. Close there. There's a very familiar copy pasta in the chat, I see. I thought I had it there. It's close.
I just can't believe that the runner is cheating.
So dishonest, dude. In my hitless run? Unbelievable. There we go. Oh, I literally threw it. I had it and I jumped off. I'm so sorry. Okay.
I also can't believe that Swed took a hit but is still going.
I know, right? Imagine not resetting and running around the map for 45 minutes every time. Just imagine, dude. I'm actually so happy that this run is going as well as it is, even though you might not think with how I'm jumping into this tree over and over. There we go. First try, chat. So once you jump up this tree, you can then progress to the rooftop and come over this roof. You know, everything is loaded in. You know, we're inbounds. I'm on a roof. This isn't a glitch, in my opinion. There's nothing sketchy going on. You know, this looks, in my opinion, fine, right? And then you simply just roll off, and that's effectively skipping the boss. Very easy, while in bounds. Now, in my opinion, that should be fine. There is a server-wide vote for every Hitless member, and we did all community vote on that, and we did say unanimously that it shouldn't be a glitch. So that's why we do it.
Well, it wasn't unanimous.
Right, well, it was over 50%. Yeah, that's unanimous.
No, unanimity is when everyone agrees. If you have 100 people, unanimous means every single person votes yes. What you had was a simple majority. Not to get technical on voting terms.
I think ADEF's trolling me right now, guys.
I'm genuinely not. I'm genuinely not.
It's honestly just an inside joke that I can't understand English all the time. Like,
oh, okay.
I can't. Like, I actually can't, but I can, you know. This is my favorite fight in the game, chat. This is, in my opinion, the best fight in the entire game of Elden. Let's do it.
Did you know if you posted that copy pasta, you're legally obligated to follow Sweat on Twitch?
True.
Enjoy Horaloo.
Thank you. I forgot how good this OST was. Why don't I listen to the OST more? You'll notice I have him in an AI loop. Maybe you didn't, but I do. He's out of the loop now. Here we go. Back in. This loop skips phase 1.5, which is when he does his thingy. I don't know what else to call it.
Incredibly descriptive.
Yes. Ooh, that was bad. Oh, man. Scary. Oh, we're good. Just threw up my lunch.
Lunch? Bro, you said you didn't eat anything.
Not now, ADF.
Yeah, the AI loop, I think, is the stomp into the axe swing.
Correct. You got to make sure you're attacking, and he'll just do a stomp, followed by this, drag. And then here, you have to make sure you're attacking, and he'll just continuously do this instead of transitioning. Don't have to jump there. I'm just practicing for phase 2. So he should try to go into it here. Yep. That's game. Always roll that, no matter what. Has a wild hitbox. This fight's so unique. It's so cool. I never get sick of this fight. Practicing this fight with Cheat Engine on for hours straight. I'm just never sick of it. It's so good. Jump would have been nice there. Next hit's phase 2-2. But I want to heal if I can. I'd love a roar. Thank you. Perfect. Now let's start. I love this phase too. I would have punished that. I wanted to get more distance, just to play it safe. That attack's hitbox doesn't make sense. Should be GG. Yeah. One of my favorite fights of all time in any Souls game, for sure.
Like, okay, this is a perfect example. First of all, update your hit counter.
Oh, jeez, sorry.
But second of all, the restraint, the discipline and restraint, even when he had one little sliver left, not to just go for a hit willy-nilly, like he waited a full 30 seconds before finding the proper opening. Like, I would not have that power.
It comes definitely with just doing it so much. You just, honestly, you don't really even, I tend not to look at the health bar unless there's like needed times to. Kind of like in that fight, you kind of do need to pay attention to the health bar because there's so many like sub phases.
Right.
But a lot of the time in other fights that you know that there's nothing that's going to change, a good tip's not even paying attention to the health and just playing how you would normally play if you had full health. That's what like the good mindset to be in. Anyway, we're at the final fight now. However, we are in no shape whatsoever to be doing the final fight right now. So we need to go do a couple things before that. First, it's, what are we at? 3 hits? 2 hits? Oh my God.
2, yeah.
PB is 7 and we're at 2 with 1 boss. Well, there's a couple bosses. I might be wondering why I'm upgrading strength. You guys will see why soon.
You gotta follow V-Sweat. I don't know what to tell you guys at this point. I genuinely don't know what to tell you at this point. If you're not following, I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it.
It's fun to like follow a run when it's so like getting close to being done, so that you're like
following the grind. Like, it's the journey. You want to be a part of the narrative. You know, you want to be a part of the narrative.
I was there.
And the fact that you're watching this run and you're watching this unbelievable gameplay and you're not already following him, like, genuinely boggles my mind.
So I've actually, memes aside, have died here recently for the first time. Now with Torrent, normally, if you jump into anywhere that has to do with these wind gust tunnels, you can land safely on the ground. Not apparently with this one sometimes. Well, that was not the best way about going around it, but it worked. But you might have noticed when I jumped even there, I had the wind effect around Torrent. Whenever that wind effect is around Torrent, that means you're invincible to fall damage. However, I one time had that effect on me and I like landed on the side of the mountain, similar to what just happened there, just to die to fall damage. And I was so confused. I have no idea why it happened. And I've kind of been scared about that. If I was ever hitless, I probably would take the long way to this cavern that we're heading to right now, if we were hitless. But yeah, it was just something, you know, you never want to do something ever again that you may have died or not known why you died kind of thing. I'm also going to get this just in case we die. Always got to be careful. Now, what we're doing in the this cave is we're going to the end of it to find the ball bearing. The ball bearing lets us upgrade weapons by purchasing them back at the round table. We're going to upgrade a base dagger, just a regular old run-of-the-mill dagger, all the way to plus 25. And that is what we're going to use for Radagon and Elden Beast, is a dagger. This is almost a dagger-only playthrough, but we do use the raw breath.
Absolute galaxy brain chat here.
Oh.
Do you guys think they named the mount Torrent so when people Google Elden Ring Torrent, they just get pictures of the horse?
That is giga brain.
Huge brain.
Whoever said that, you should really pat yourself on the back.
Galaxy brain.
Mm-hmm.
If that's an original, if you came up with that, honorary ADEF PhD coming your way.
A little bit of a panic second here. That guy I was a little terrified of, but we're good. He did a move. He didn't stagger, and he normally does, and he did a move. I didn't know what. I was not sure what was happening, so I just played it safe. Well, as safe as I could. Going through this area is really scary, honestly, man. Someone's going to chase us here. We're going to go back, bait out an attack, wait till he does it, and give him the old 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, boss time. Very easy boss. One that you guys all should be familiar with. And if you aren't familiar with this boss, that means you missed the worst boss in Elden Ring. And you should probably go find that boss and try it yourself because it is awful. And I don't know about you guys, but I love me an awful boss fight. I could set up Red Tearstone, but we really don't need to for this fight. Now, these Crystallians, they have a shield.
Oh, yeah. I was like, which boss? And now I'm like, yep, this one sucks.
These guys got a shield. We're just simply going to do fully charged R2s till the shield breaks. And then it will be a one-shot. Every attack can be strafed just by holding left or right. Very chill.
All right, apparently that joke is not new and it's been going around for weeks. But
well, it was new to me and I enjoyed it.
It was new to me and I enjoyed it too. Every joke is new to someone.
That's true. That's a good point. I think it's 2 more R2s and GG. Yeah, 1 more after this. I think. Pretty sure.
This is another instance where a message saved me because going into my first Crystallian fight, I saw a message that said, jump attack required ahead, and I was like,
ooh,
oh, really?
Interesting.
And
an interesting use
poise.
of the message system.
Oh my god. So much
So
damage.
close. Oh my goodness. How did he make it out of that situation alive? Whoa. Anyway, we got the
versus Crystallian live on Challenger Approaching this Friday.
Anyway, we got the ball bearing. Means aside, that was all we needed. And now we are going to go get ball bearings 2 and 3. The reason that we have this setup split before the final split is simply for me, when I'm doing my runs on my channel, just to save time overall. If there's a chance that I can wait to do something until later, I'm probably gonna do that. And since we don't need to get all these ball bearings unless we make it hitless to the final fight, I'm not gonna bother doing it. So we have a little bit of a setup split here at the end. And then we're going to the best area in the game. Chat, did you guys know that Zamor Ruins actually holds every single item in the game in some way, shape, or form? Everything you can find in the game is in Zamor Ruins all at once. You just gotta look hard enough. You guys didn't know that. Just wanted to let you know that if you need something in Elden Ring, it is in Zamor Ruins, I promise. Oh, no boss this time, just a chest. Grab that, we're on our way out of here. One more stop to the outer tree. Outer wall, phantom tree, sorry. Oh, and I'll do the, oh no, I'm on the right split. Look at me go, dude. Look at
you go, dude.
Look at me go, dude. I'm on top of things.
Who walks out alive? V-Sweat or his hit tracker?
Oh my god. This hit tracker is about to take some hits on us once we get to Radagon, I'm sure.
How many times will chat room remind V-Sweat to increment his hit counter?
So like, there's like this thing like that we do in the community, ADEF, and I want your opinion on it, okay?
Oh, you know,
this is not a joke.
Opinions, baby.
This is
nothing
not
but opinions, baby. I'm here.
This is not a joke. This is actually serious. I want to know what you think. What I should do. When we do Elden Beast on my stream, on anyone's stream, and it's not a hitless run, like we've already taken hits, like kind of like this one. What we would normally do is if we get an attack that is undodgeable, like not undodgeable, but not safe, which is any of the 4 needle attacks. Again, I call that attack Pin Missile because I love Pokemon and it looks like Pin Missile. So if he Pin Missiles at any point in Phase 2, Elden Beast, I have to Homeward Bone if we were hitless to be safe. Instead of doing that, how about I just try and be a Chad and live through it? How does that sound to you, Adef?
I bet you won't even get hit.
Well, the thing about it, and maybe I'm not explaining it fully, is
No, I mean, like I played the boss a decent amount of times. Like you know, that the attack where it's just the pin needles, I feel like is pretty dodgeable. But the one where the floating orb that blows up and circles around you, and the small ones, that one sucks.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That one sucks.
Yeah, but what I was saying is like the needle attacks. If we're hitless, we would have to Homeward Bone out of every single time. Even if I'm not hitless, it's
Just to be safe.
Well, I mean, not even just to be safe, but there's just a really, really good chance you're going to die. And it's just not a good enough chance to stay in the fight. But since it's not a hitless run, I might just call out the attack and try and dodge it anyway for everyone's sake. Maybe we'll just get lucky, I guess, and not have to Homeward Bone, just for everyone's sake, if that makes sense. I obviously wouldn't do this if it was an actual hitless run. But since we've already taken hits, what's your opinion, Adef? Would you rather me actually Homeward Bone or try to just make it happen and call it out before the attack happens? Because there's a big...
It kind of just matters whether or not you want the PB or not. Because, you know, I mean, technically you save stated, sure, but like you basically are on PB pace right now for a -5.
Oh yeah,
PB.
for sure. And in hitless, it's perfectly fine for save states and stuff if it's not the actual run, because the final
right, exactly, because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, right? It's not a real run until you're done of the run. Also, this is not the right bonfire. It's this one.
So it's up to you. I don't know. I would say go for it. Why not? It's hype, and also
that's what I mean.
We can
for
put gift subs on it or follows or something. That's the real content mining.
Oh, okay.
Like for instance, if V-Sweat chooses not to use the spell that takes him to the last site of grace, i.e. what he keeps calling Homeward Bone.
Yeah, that's what I was, yeah.
If he does not do that, everybody in chat that has a Twitch Prime agrees to go to V-Sweat's chat and Twitch Prime.
That could get very scary very quickly.
That's okay.
Is it?
Sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah. That's what we're putting on the line.
Okay.
You're Jeffrey Bezos Bucks.
Yeah. My real name's Jeffrey, so you scared me when you said that.
You're Jeffrey V-Sweat Dollars.
You might be wondering why we're here, chat. Oh, and another thing, chat. Another thing I would like to again reiterate is using the save states, or call it, like, maybe I'm not explaining correctly. What I'm saying is in phase 2, Elden Beast has an attack. Now this attack, Elden Beast glows like a lamp before he starts doing it. And it tells you that the attack is coming much time in advance. Way more time in advance, like so much time in advance that you have plenty of time to Homeward Bone easily. Now, if I see this and call it out Homeward Bone, I might just keep going for the sake of trying to be cool, like we were saying.
That's what, just do it, bro.
Yeah. So we just got Ash of War, and that's what we're going to use on our dagger. But yeah, sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
That's just do it.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it, dude. We're going to do it.
Good.
But if we die, I'm not going to count the hit. That's what I meant.
Yeah, if you die, you have to follow me on Twitch. That's how it works.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's sort of like a 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just good content mining, V-Sweat.
Right. So what we're doing now, chat, is we're going to quickly go upgrade that dagger that we just got all our stuff for. It shouldn't take more than a moment.
How long after the stream finishes does the run get uploaded to YouTube? Usually it's within like 48 hours. Our YouTube people are very good about that.
They're on top of their stuff.
Yeah, so I would say usually within 24 to 48 hours, the VOD will be on our YouTube. Oh, no. Already primed his channel because fun is being had right now?
Dude,
Hell yeah,
you so
did.
Much. Thank you, dude. So right here, I'm selling all my stuff. Much quicker than popping it manually. Which my one big gripe.
That's so much smarter. That's a mechanic in every Dark Souls game, and I always forget.
I wish that every merchant you could sell stuff to, because you can't sell stuff to this guy. You got to walk all the way over there, then come all the way back just to purchase. It's kind of silly. So I got to give her all of this stuff. Look at all these things. Got all 4 of the minor bells, and we are going to make some big purchases. We're going to get 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 11, 12, 12. Then we're going to go to Andre and get plus 25. And now, if you guys didn't know, Elden Ring changed some things up, which I wasn't aware of until recently.
SMH, you just called him Andre. Sorry, you were mid-explanation, please.
I wouldn't have known either. I wouldn't have known. Oh.
Wait, you genuinely didn't know this guy's name wasn't Andre?
No, I mean, like, I wouldn't have caught myself.
Sure.
Anyway, what was I don't even remember what I was saying.
You were talking about scaling, I think.
Oh, yeah, it's really cool. Did you know that lightning affinity in this game scales with your dexterity stat and fire scales with your strength stat?
No, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. That's why I've been pumping my strength, if you guys have been paying attention. But yeah, I didn't know that either, which I thought was pretty interesting. Yeah, it is cool. So we have Flame of the Redmanes, as well as, how much strength do I have? I'm going for like roughly 50 strength if I can. So it's a 50 arcane it's a 50 arcane run up until the final fight, and we put everything we have into strength up until this point. We're gonna put our Ash of War on our dagger, grant the fire affinity for more damage. And now we gotta do a couple more things, chat. We're not done just yet. We're getting there. Couple more things.
Hey, Viswa, do you want to hear my Andre impression?
Okay, so if there's something that you guys should know about ADEF, is he is really good at impressions. That's one thing I've learned. I think I did this for you during the Dark Souls 2 run. Well, that wouldn't make sense because Andre's not in that game.
That's fair.
Maybe you did, though, and I'm just misremembering.
I don't know. There's been a lot of Dark Souls on Challenger approaching. Okay, sure. You ready?
As ready as we'll ever be. Let's hear it.
Neither of us wants to see you go hollow.
That was pretty good. I liked
the
hollow part was really convincing, actually.
Thank you. My Andre 3000 impression.
What is Andre 3000? That sounds terrifying. That sounds like
Andre
a movie.
3000, or 3 Stacks, is a hip-hop R&B artist, one half of the group Outkast that was popular in the late 90s,
I love Outkast. I just didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. Outkast is super good.
You know that song where he's like, shake it like a Polaroid picture?
Of course.
That's Andre 3000 singing.
I'm learning so much today, Chad.
The other guy, oh man, what is his name?
Okay, here we go. We do be doing damage, though.
Big boy, that's right.
Big boy damage.
Oh, no, Big Boy's the other guy.
Oh, well, yeah, that too.
Sorry. Chat is just, everyone in chat is saying Big Boy. Out of context.
There we go.
It's so funny.
First try, chat. No warm up. Now we got to do one more tree fight, which is right north of Calum Ruins. This tree fight is the weakest in Caelid. However, the arena that surrounds it is very troublesome. I've died to this dude more than most bosses. This guy's arena is not good, but I don't really have a choice. I need to get what he is holding. So we're going to do that. Let's just, let's go ahead and, how am I going to get over here safely? Maybe if I go from here instead.
He's holding Beastred's food.
Wait, what? Who has
you
my
said
food?
You said what you need this guy's, what he's holding. He's holding your food hostage.
Why does he have my food?
What you didn't eat.
That was so funny. You called me out in the middle of the fight. Yeah, it's like, not out either. God damn. I think I can live here. There's nothing worse than falling to your death on the horse on a jump you thought you would live. Happens a lot.
Yeah, okay. So first of all, I want to call out this amazing comment. Is Outkast the Godskin duo?
Oh, so man.
But I feel like everybody felt this way in their casual playthrough, but like it genuinely feels like sometimes I would do a jump that's like 4 feet and die,
And just die.
and then I'd
like,
do a jump
what?
that's 1,000 feet
And
be
live
totally
or take like
fine.
no fall damage either.
Right. The most useless emblem in the game is the like falling cat one.
Oh, I found that and I was like, why is this a thing? You don't take fall damage in this game.
Right. Like you either die or you don't. Like once or twice it was useful, but other than that, it's like nowhere near Dark Souls 2 where it's like super useful.
Also, reason I came down to this catacomb bonfire is to reset all the enemies we just horsed. Can I use horsed as a verb? Or an adjective,
As in riding a horse?
No, like horsed. Like you horsed past something.
Yeah, I feel like rode.
No, horsed.
But you ride a horse, so you rode past them.
But you
know what,
could
Beastred?
horse.
Sure, you can say horsed. Whatever floats your boat.
So we had to sit at that bonfire because we horsed past a lot of mobs that would be chasing us. So that is to reset. Now, these pots, this whole area is a disaster because this dude is going to use a lot of magic attacks. And, well, you guys will see. I hope I don't die. It would be pretty cool if we didn't. This is the attack. We need to run. Very scary attack here, and he just spams it, dude. He's unrelenting with this attack. We've de-aggroed him, but this is fine. His health stays the same. Actually, this could be a strat. Uh-oh. Scary, man. He just spams, I'm telling you, he has no other attacks. This one tree only does this attack. It's so weird. All the other ones seem to work so well, and then this guy only does this attack. I swear it's all he does. It's like a bug or something. It's kind of insane. It's kind of wild, dude. It's... Do something else. Anything else. Oh. Scary. I wonder, dude, this could be a play. I haven't really like messed with strats for this guy, but I wonder.
Just hang out on the staircase.
This looks
let him come
good, dude. This looks chilling. Oh yeah, we're chilling, dude. This is the play from now on. Hey, we're learning on GDQ, guys. Look at this. This is definitely the play from now on. De-aggro, run up. Oh, did he fizzle out? He might have fizzled out. That actually is bad because I think he gets full health if he fizzles out. This is the last thing we need to do before the final fight, though. And the thing that this guy drops is a tier that grants 20% more fire damage. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. He's already dead. Beautiful. Wait till it actually gives you the item, and then we're out of here. There it is. All right, that's everything. We are heading to the final fight now. And if we get this within 5 tries, that's a PB. Or within 4 tries, sorry.
Poggers.
What did you say?
Poggers.
I just like, wait, what? Was that even Ada? It did not sound like...
Pog chip.
That did not sound like you at all. I was like, am I in the right voice call right now?
I moved you into a different
Did
voice
something
call.
just happen? Oh, right. I'm going to quickly do this. All of our flasks into... oh, I'm in the wrong menu. All of our flasks into the blue.
Why didn't you say yes to the flasks? I don't think you actually leveled it up, V-Swed.
No, I didn't level it up. I was reacculating.
No, I know, but you got a sacred tier, so why didn't you use it?
Oh, it's our base FP is at such a small amount that no matter what, it'll always fill the full. We're good.
Oh, so you got a golden seed, not a sacred tier from that Erd Tree avatar.
Oh, dude, ADEF. Thank you so much.
Why are you killing him?
Man, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, I actually not lost a run, but like died because of that reason. And like,
oh, it's a wondrous physic. It's a wondrous physic.
Oh
yeah,
goodness,
you did not
dude.
mix it. You did not mix it.
That is clutch, ADEF. Shoutouts to ADEF, dude. Literally shoutouts to ADEF. I'm helping is what. Thank you, Mr. ADEF.
Yeah,
oh
I just was confused. I was like, what are you?
Like, if I didn't have that, there's
doing?
no, like, I couldn't kill Elden Beast without it. So. Ease. So
I thought you killed the putrid avatar for a sacred tier, and then you didn't use it. And I was like, what's going on?
Gotta go ahead and make a quick save in case, again, we die. And we're good. All right, so a quick explanation. Radagon is completely scripted. He will die if he staggers. The first stagger, from that point forward, it is a scripted kill. And then it's Elden Beast. So let's do it.
Hey, good luck.
Thank you. We'll need luck, and we'll need lots of it.
This music slaps.
Oh, I forgot. We got music. Let's go. All right, good. Need to be away from him here. Perfect. Okay.
That is so clean.
All right, RNG time. Let's go. So after this ring attack, he can do anything. If he does the needles, we're dead. So I will call that out if it happens, and we'll try and dodge it.
When do you drink the physic?
Roughly at half HP. Nice, really good RNG here. A free stagger. Wait for stamina. Oh, okay, that's fine. Drink the physique. Hope for good RNG. Perfect stagger. Not out of the woods yet. We're gonna hold block here. If you hold block while you're running, remember, you are jumping at full speed every time. See what he gives us. Perfect. Two. All right, this is a death. We'll try and dodge it though. Okay, we died. But that's Elden Beast. And all that we would do is we would use the Memory of Grace and actually go back to Radagon and do it again. But the point of Radagon being so scripted is what lets us be able to do this effectively. So again, I'm not going to count that hit. I just really wanted to show you guys an attempt at dodging it. But if that attack happens, we simply just try again. Totally fine. And the greatest thing about the Memory of Grace is it's actually so fast to use. It is the fastest exit out of any Souls game. All right, got to set up Red Tearstone again.
I feel like that one is pretty dodgeable though. That specific one.
No, there's one where he stands that one in my opinion is the toughest actually. The one where he stands completely still, if you hold down on your left stick and right with the camera and do this, it'll dodge it every time. But either way, we'll run it back. Let's go. This is really tough, so thank you guys for sticking with it.
Yeah, we're chilling, man. I'm loving this. Yeah, so we got hit, so I think the agreement, was that the Twitch Prime or the follow ADF? I can't remember. Why not both? In fact, if you have 2 Twitch Primes, you should just use both of them on Sweat.
Okay, got the script. I was really late, or early, sorry.
There were some questions in chat, by the way. You don't have to answer this right now by any means. But was it on purpose or by accident that you used empty-handed for the one riposte?
On purpose, yeah. That's to reset the stagger meter. Just a fresh stagger meter. Yeah. Scripted, he does fire here at the start, if anyone was wondering. Oh, I messed up a little bit. A little low on damage, but that's okay. Now this is where the RNG starts. Good. Really good. Exceptional. I'm actually going to use my my blade here because I missed some damage earlier. Flask. Hope for a good attack here. It's a very tough one. Nice dodge. Perfect. 2 in a row, man. Holy moly. Wow. Getting 2 in a row is not something that happens very often. Let's hope we can just get this fight over with, man. A weird attack to see from there. Up against the side of the wall. I should have died there. That was interesting, but we got him. So GG's. I was actually up against the very end of the arena there on that final swipe. That actually, when he puts the sword into the ground and does a 360, that has an active hitbox, and I cannot believe that it didn't hit me there. But we got through it, man. That's a PB of 2. Wow.
Let's absolutely go, dude. Oh my god.
Like, I can't believe I did that twice in a row. That stagger's just not super consistent like that. So to get it twice in a row when I absolutely needed it is just more than I could ever ask for. Let's bend the Elden Ring, chat. We did it.
You're a god.
No, you are a god, Adolf. I am just an Elden Ring enjoyer.
Any enjoyers?
Any Elden Ring enjoyers in the chat room?
Well, if you are an Elden Ring enjoyer, then there's not really a better place to be than twitch.tv/vswed, to be quite honest with you.
Might get the run tomorrow. You never know. Maybe if you just hopped over in the channel.
VSwed, you got to stream tomorrow. You got to stream tomorrow.
Dude. Oh, for sure, dude. What is it, Saturday? Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow's Saturday.
Like it's Saturday for everyone except me, I think. I'm pretty sure that we're the last people it's not Saturday for. Thank you. I just want to take a sec before ADF takes over to say thank you to everyone that showed up tonight and watched. It means the world to me, and I'm super, super humbled. Trust me, like this is awesome that we did so well on such a big audience. I can't believe it. Really can't. But thank you, ADF, for having me, man. Seriously, thank you.
Yeah, of course. No, anytime. VSwed's a legend. You know, on Challenger Approaching, we want to show off, you know, some amazing stuff. And no doubt we've just seen something amazing. A PB of 5, down to just 2 hits. That means, I mean, VSwed already said himself that the run's coming anytime. You know, when you know, you know.
Yeah,
and VSwed knows it's coming.
It's any day.
You don't want to miss it.
Any day now. I was hoping just kind of I'd get it here. Just wouldn't that have been cool?
See, I had a feeling it might happen here.
I was like,
you're playing so well. I mean, 2 hits is nutty. Especially with the build he's running. Like, it's worth mentioning that other runners, and this is not to discredit other runs.
Right,
any Hitless run of this game is amazing. But Swed is using a stupid build for this.
Yeah, it's good.
Dumb
just
build.
Not great by any means. It's good at the start of the run, but it really drops off at the end, and that's where all the cool fights are. So I like having that low damage to show off those cool fights.
I mean, Horalu is so cool with the weapon you have.
So good, man. So good.
So yeah, I'd like to thank everybody also for you know, tuning in. VSwed's link is in the chat, reappearing every once in a while from yours truly. If you're on YouTube, you can check it in the description. Please do follow him. You can also catch me at twitch.tv/ADEF. Maybe more Soulsborne content in the future. I don't know.
That was really quiet. Could you say that a little bit louder for everyone, ADEF, please? A little bit of what?
Maybe more Soulsborne content in the future.
More Soulsborne content in the future? I'm holding you to that, dude. That's on tape. We have, like, there's... you can't escape me. We're getting ADEF to do Hitless.
I want to play Bloodborne.
You can play Bloodborne. That's a great game, dude. Bloodborne's fantastic.
But anyway, all that aside, I'd like to thank VSwed for coming on yet again. And some quick announcements before we end things for the night. Let me just pull them up for you myself here. Games Done Quick will be at PAX East 2022, April 21st to the 24th. So if you are going to PAX East and you are interested in submitting a run, use !PAX in Twitch chat and fill out the form. If you're watching on YouTube, go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you're interested in looking at our live content starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. Also, just an announcement for my shows. If you're a longtime Challenger Approaching fan, you'll know that we used to have this time slot every week, or every show, the 10 p.m. Eastern time slot. But this is just a one-off, and then we might be switching one more time in the month of May. Rue and I just had some schedule stuff, so we've switched around a little bit. But Challenger Approaching will be back to the 7 p.m. time slot 2 weeks from now. We'll have Ocarina of Time Randomizer Pictionary, which is where an OT rando player will be playing. And then I'll have access to the spoiler log, and I can only communicate to them via drawing pictures.
I want to watch this.
So that one's going to be really fun. And then PB Precipice this Sunday will be Lil Aggie showing off Elden Ring All Remembrances.
It's that
So if
great
you're all
run.
about that rang, you're all about that rang, then there's more coming up on my shows. But more importantly, perhaps, there's more Elden Ring tomorrow on V-Sweat's channel.
Yes.
So I'd like
with
to ask
more
everybody
runs.
to stick around. We'll be raiding somebody in just a little bit here. So we'll be sending you somewhere nice to enjoy some more gaming in this late night hour. Don't go anywhere. We're just going to cut to a break and then raid someone. But I have been ADEF, and as always, thank you so much for joining us on Challenger Approaching.
Thank you, everyone.